Welcome back to Maximum Doom 2, Doom 1 Edition. We're finally at Nick.wad, the man, the myth, the legend. It was hyped up by, I don't remember who it was, last stream. He said that he couldn't wait for me to get to Nick.wad. We're here, we're at Nick.wad. It doesn't play any 1M1. Let's find out where it does play. This maps.
Well, here we go.
E1M2 or E2M1. Let's do it. Nick.wad. This is it. The legend.
Oh, this was really hyped up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really hyped up. Okay. There are no monsters in Nick.wad. And, okay. There's a light amp. And a rocket launcher. And a shotgun. Door that doesn't open. Is that a door? No. Okay. I see a door. That doesn't open. Is this it? Is this the whole wad? It is. This is it. This is Nick.wad. This is what was hyped up. This is what we built towards. We've peaked. Maximum Doom is over, guys. Okay, this room is fantastic. Why are there?
To what end?
To what end? All the ends. Okay, well, I can't get out of this room now, so that's like a zero-way door, I guess. I thought it was a one-way door, but it's actually a zero-way door. And what's in this room? That's the exit, which we press use on, and we're done. That was Nick.wad. It was definitely 100% worth the wait, the hype, everything. Good job. We're glad. It was made by NDS. He says not to worry about his email address. His misauthor info is that he's a loser. Additional credits, no one. Great dark tunnels with dark rooms to hide in. Deathmatch only. He says it plays in E1M1, but doesn't. It plays in E2M1. There's no single player, no cooperative. There is deathmatch with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. We got 48 exclamation points. That's how much deathmatch that is right there. 48 exclamation points. You cannot do anything with the level. It was built using Doomcad, and you can distribute it, so no one's getting sued. That was Nick.wad. This is NJCastle.wad. Was Nick.wad any good? Well, we're done with it already.
It was boring.
It wasn't even interesting. It was just like, I don't know why that guy hyped it up. Honestly. I mean, the 48 exclamation points was pretty good. But other than that.
Narrow hallways, dead cacodemons.
Yeah, basically, yeah. This is the Citadel before the Citadel. Wait, is this NJ's map? NJ made a map for this?
Oh shit! It is! Level name, NJ's Castle.
NJ fucking mapped for Maximum Doom? Well, he didn't map for Maximum Doom. Maximum Doom took his work. But Jesus Christ, I didn't know NJ had been mapping that long. Fucking Doom legend right here.
That's impressive.
NJ was in Doom 2 as well with a Megawad. Did I just totally forget playing an NJ Megawad?
It appears to be called NJ Doom 2.
Yeah. Mad props to the Half Moon guy. This Don't Stop Believing MIDI with this OPL table is fantastic. This piano right here. We got some good shit going on, guys.
Why is it so out of tune?
I have no idea. I mean, the MIDI itself is out of tune. But I don't remember it being this out of tune. In, like, standard Microsoft MIDI table.
Apparently it was a quick WAD file he did one afternoon when he was not busy.
Yeah, that's about when you know.
Designed with deathmatch playing in mind, single and co-op play start points. But
Wait, hold on. Designed with deathmatch in mind.
Apparently.
Somebody go get NJ. Let me ask him some questions.
Doesn't have skill levels because, I mean, in deathmatch everything ends up dead anyway.
Is that what it actually says?
Effectively, I paraphrased, but NJ's reasoning is, when you play deathmatch, all the bad guys eventually get wiped out anyway.
Yeah.
Those are the exact words.
Oh, okay. Text file integrity is important, Max. Okay.
Okay.
Like, okay, we're not the sports media. We don't take anyone out of context.
All the areas are accessible right from the start. Lots of weapons and ammo and medical stuff lying around. The map itself is quite simple, and most areas are big.
Yep,
He
that's
heard
right.
that Doom 2 was going to be based mainly outside, and at least some of it in a castle-type environment. Well,
he's not wrong.
Pretty decent. So he thought, oh, I'll try that.
Yeah.
And that's the result.
There we go.
NJ's attempt to make a Doom 2 map before playing Doom 2.
I mean, I can say it. This is No Mercy.wad.
Hey RD, it's South Azimuth, yes. Corroborating my text.
I'm assuming this is a deathmatch map, given the fact that the exit is right there.
2 designed for only deathmatch play.
Okay.
Best with 3 to 4, can be played with 2. All weapons are evenly spaced to ensure, with an eye, so you know, putting a down payment so that you know that if your deathmatch is bad, you can get some money back.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
This is by Jim Pleva, with additional credits to Jim Irk.
Well, you know, we got multiple gems. That's how you know it's going to be good.
Single player is just a no. It's not listed as scoring. AK price.
It's just listed as no. Well, I'm certainly playing it as single player. And I certainly just completed it in single player. So you know what? Who made that map?
Jim Pleva.
Yeah, Jim, you're a fucking liar. This is no MNLLN 11.wad.
Hey, Matt.
Hello.
Hello, Matt. How are you this Friday evening?
I'm doing all right.
This is No Man's Land 1.1, apparently, is what that was in abbreviation for.
It was abbreviation for.
By Matt Manant, who is from... I've got to find out what university that is. Illinois, University of Illinois.
Perfect.
Oh, it says then, freshman at University Illinois, CU, first attempt at a WAD modified. Oh shit, this guy's doing Skyflaws.
Yeah.
Description. Well, this is it. The best, no, I'm not gonna do a Chicago accent. You're welcome, everyone.
You're welcome.
The best deathmatch arena that my twisted mind could contrive. It's
Hey,
not really
the
made
best deathmatch arena.
And I'm done with it. And we're on to that level. So
Hey.
for later on tonight, for the weekly Tarns, I have 2 lists. We can pick which one we want. They're going to be way more controversial than the best textures in Doom. This is Octafrag.wad. The first one is the best IWAD levels, and the second one is the best IWAD tracks.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. So we have to guess your what, like top 5?
Yeah, it's always top 5. That's how the lists
All right.
work.
Okay. Best.
But not
IWAD
yet.
level.
It's not time for them yet.
Okay.
Let's get a little more intimate with Maximum Doom for a little while.
Yeah. Let's settle in. Let's drink a beer.
We need the worst
5.
IWAD levels. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with lists. Trying to come up with lists that everyone can participate in, which means that things like sports are out the window.
This guy apparently has been rather poorly behaved because it additional credits his office mates for frag testing. Real problem in the early 90s.
Yeah, you know what? As long as they get their work done.
Just bring down that network with a whole lot of broadcast packets. No biggie.
This is, so yeah, Octafrag by Scott Coleman, ASRE, whatever that stands for. This also is a Universitil, yes. University of Illinois guy. Deathmatch only, designed for optimal fragging, small level, rooms are multiply and redundantly connected, so it seems larger than it really is, and the action will always be fast and furious.
I apparently I can't get out of this section.
There's single player. No, exit impossible with only one player.
Yep.
Cooperative. Supported but not recommended. Deathmatch, yes, with 1 exclamation mark. That's not enthusiasm. Where's the enthusiasm?
Hey man, after Nick.wad hit us with fucking 47 or whatever it was, 48 exclamation points, you know.
It took too long, it's new from scratch, it uses DU, BSP.
I heard
And
this
really-
song at lunch the other day and I was blown away that in 2020 a restaurant was playing fucking Danger Zone.
In a restaurant? What kind of restaurant?
The Tilted Kilt, which is like better Hooters, I guess would be the best way to describe it. It's like a
Yeah.
Scottish
I'd say
themed
so.
sport bar.
I didn't know
They
they
got-
had like tons of locations because like there's definitely one by me.
Yeah, they got good burgers and good garlic fries. Anyways, yeah, it's like I guess better Hooters would be a way to describe it.
Apparently, that place with the elevators you were in is considered a feature. A unique central elevator shaft with 4 random lifts, as well as a cooperative
Cool.
exit which requires at least 2 players to operate area.
Highway to the maximum zone. All right, this is Octapit. That was Octafrag.
Beer of the evening, everybody. Beer of the evening is Vanilla Cherry Stout, Brewer's Reserve, by Central Waters Brewing Company in, where is this? I need to read this writing here. Fuck. Come on. Amherst, Wisconsin. Yep, is that it? Yeah.
The people of Wisconsin are known for their beers.
They're known for alcoholic everything.
Yeah, they really are.
Alcoholic cheese.
Alcoholic cheese.
I bet they figured it out. They
Sure they-
figured
I'm
out
sure
how
they
to
did.
infuse cheese with liquor. I mean, if you can get like wine cheeses, you can definitely get like beer cheese. Also, like fucking beer dip. Beer dip is like the greatest. So there you go. You've mixed your beer and your cheese.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
The bottle does not list. Well, what it is a stout aged in bourbon barrels with cherry and vanilla, and it doesn't list an alcohol content, but this tastes like about like 8 or 9%, and I just looked it up here on Beer Advocate, and it says it's 11%. So
Yeah.
good stuff. Tastes great.
Was this Octopit?
Yeah, this is Octopit.
Okay, Octopit by Ken Brucker. It's his first WOD. He hopes we
You know,
all like
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Even Flow.mid. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm actually blown away by how much better even Flow.mid sounds in this OPL table.
Oh, nice. And like the MX OPL?
Yeah, it still sounds it's still fucking awful, but it's like at least interestingly, or well, it's always interestingly awful, but it's more bearable, I guess.
It's
Well,
awful in interesting ways.
It's very guitar driven, and the guitars that CSG did are really good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, so that's probably why. Anyways, I'm sorry, Max. Please.
No,
please
it's
return.
fine. Made WOD first as a deathmatch WOD, and then decided to add some monsters to the Mahem.
The Mahem.
The Mahem.
The Mahem.
Machem.
There's a central octagonal room with raised surrounding platforms, a couple of side rooms accessed via teleporters, with one taking inspiration from Indiana Jones' The Last Crusade.
Now, Machem, is that a Hebrew word of some kind?
It's just mayhem with a missing noise.
God damn it, man. This is
Machem.
Octafrag 2.
Happy Hanukkah to you too.
Yep, happy Hanukkah, guys.
It is. What is it, like the second night of Hanukkah?
Yeah,
Third
it's the
night?
second night.
Second.
Yeah, it started on the 10th.
Scott Coleman again. Modified by Ice Cube.
Well, that's really interesting that he took time to work on Doom maps.
The Ice Cube?
I'm assuming it's the same Ice Cube.
Yeah, after quitting NWA, he had some spare time.
Yeah, you have to check his wads before you wreck your wads.
Real serious issue back then. Again, it's deathmatch only, optimal fragging.
Yeah, how
small-
many downloads back in the day for like Doom maps just came with fucking viruses?
Ooh,
I don't know, but like well, I guess if you the only way you could like really kind of send a virus around is if you like I guess packaged it with like an infected version of DUSF or something, because
Oh, yeah,
like
that's true.
that would be like the thing that would have to do the patching if you have like new sprites and whatnot.
you could also probably write a really bad batch script.
Yeah, like
But-
something that would like run Fdisk or something.
Yeah, there you go. This is the 10th month of the year, .wad.
October.wad by Rob Cisco Sarsorito. He is going to Louisville University. Description: Deathmatch, deathmatch, deathmatch. This WOD was built with deathmatch in mind. No safe places to hole up and wait. He hates when people do that. Hunt and kill WOD. Weapons. Ooh, he like lists the weapons and the bonuses. That's pretty good.
Guy does not like campers or snipers.
What lurkers? I think is what that text
One
file
guy.
called. I
yeah.
appreciate the step where it just changes for one line def and then keeps going on. This would be an awful DM map. I agree. It would be a terrible DM map. Okay, but we're gonna let freedom ring, RD or sorry RY. Okay, from every mountainside.
Magimistic, the reason why October is the 10th month is because this one Roman dickhead called Julius Caesar decided to insert himself and a family member into the calendar.
Yeah.
July and August are, yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of shove them in. And that's why it's called the Julian calendar.
Well, who's this Gregory I hear so much about for the Gregorian calendar?
Oh, fuck
That
it.
one I don't know about.
This is office.wad.
Because I guess we like the calendar we use is the Gregorian calendar. So like I'm guessing there's like some guy who was like.
I thought it was. Isn't it
just like,
Pope
I
Gregory?
made
Isn't it
it.
because of Pope Gregory? Because it was under the
Probably.
rule of Pope Gregory?
Most likely, yeah.
That's why I thought it was called the Gregorian calendar.
Yeah.
And they came up with that because the Julian calendar, by the time, like, the time of them coming up with the Gregorian calendar, like, they were off by, like, 2 months or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, with the seasons. So then they updated it. Which, when they're only fucking 10 months, how the fuck did that work? You'd be so, like, off with the seasons. I love these old, like, 1994 star skies.
Yeah, they're just like dots.
This is a perfect MIDI for a map with no monsters.
I mean, how many monsters does the Hebrew calendar have? That's another lunar one.
Yeah, it's a lunar calendar, right?
I'd assume they just did leap months or something.
Yeah, it's like does the lunar calendar have a leap month or like a leap like set 14 days or something? It's got
The Jewish calendar has a leap month. I don't remember how long it is.
I can go there and do that. That's interesting.
Well, let's see. If it's a lunar calendar, it's probably like 4 weeks, or however long the weeks were. Because like if it was by the phases of the moon, then wait, how long does it take for a new moon?
Roughly
It's-
a month.
Yeah. Oh,
But
maybe
it's-
that's why they call it month. Maybe that's why they call it a month, because it's based on the moon.
No shit, Matt.
I just figured it out.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I didn't know. Oh my god. Okay, now I feel like an idiot. Okay, so
You just take this shit for granted. You don't tend to think about etymology a ton.
like I mean,
I know.
knew
I look
that-
like I know, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. That feels like something that should be a little bit more basic.
Well, like the thing.
Look,
the
a guy
embarrassing
today
thing
told
is
me that there were
Monday-
6/4 of an inch in an inch. So
Yeah, well, you know. But like,
Alright.
there's a.
Sorry, I just have to
Wow, nice.
say I
exit.
like that quite a
wait.
lot.
I want to say that was like ripped from Lemmings or something. That is a very. It feels like that font is. Or that's like a font of.
that was
some
like
kind
some
rather than just
paintbrush
a-
edit. Matt, come
Or
on.
maybe.
This is used Windows Paintbrush.
Ah,
This is
parentheses,
open
EA.
air.wad.
well, there
And
you
this
go.
guy used Windows Paintbrush and PaintShop Pro. Fancy.
Ooh,
Oh my god, this guy dropped Paint Shop Pro on our asses.
Jesus. Did he pirate it or buy it?
It was his office building, so anybody's guess. Could have been reasonably salaried.
I mean, the embarrassing thing is I knew Monday was, you know, named after the moon, especially since in like, you know, in Spanish it's lunes, which
It's okay.
really means moon.
It's okay. We have this like roll cart thing. That's just like, I don't know. It's like a little like rolling like cabinet with like a cutting board on top of it and stuff. It's like this just kitchen thing that she bought like 5 years ago, and it was like directly in the path of where I put my keys and wallet and all that when I get home. And like I walked around, like I literally had to walk around it for a solid year and a half. Every single day I walked around this thing. And then like one day my knee hit it and I looked at it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I turned to her, I go, how long did we have this for? And she's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no, like when did you get this? Like straight up, I was easily like a year or so. Like I'm convinced she was gaslighting me, but I could also see it because there's also a potted plant that's been in the kitchen that I didn't notice for like 2 years.
This is experimental as fuck, this map.
It really
This
is.
is made by 3 people from, judging by the URL, they are from the University of Cologne in Germany.
Of course the Germans make fucking some fucked up shit.
3 people made this?
Thilo Boyka, Alexander Dost, and Jochen Oster.
Okay. Is there an exit?
I mean, it
feel
says
like
single player, yes.
It's like a puzzle map or something?
It's a deathmatch map, but
Oh.
single player is just for testing.
Oh, well then there is no single player. Okay.
Well, it looks like it works, whatever it is.
Yeah. This is open post 21.odd.
The government, okay, Scott Amspoker has written this one, made this one. Description. The government boasts that Outpost 21 is the home of the scientific research.
Hold on, hold on. The
benefit of all
government
humanity.
boasts? The government boasts?
Boasts, yes.
Yeah, they're really
That
proud of
Outpost
it.
21 is the home of scientific research that will benefit all humanity. On the surface, Outpost 21 appears to be a peaceful complex that provides a small team of dedicated scientists with living quarters, research labs, and recreational facilities. However, not even the aliens who recently inhabited Outpost 21 were aware of dark
Is
and
it-
dirty
is it-
secrets that lie beneath.
Is it
Not
BOSE or is it like boast as in like to brag?
Yeah, to brag.
Yeah, BOAST, yeah.
The government's like, our fucking research center is hot shit.
Oh, okay. The government boasts.
Yeah.
Okay, see, the way I heard it was you were saying the government boasts. Like, as in the guy was trying to say the government base, but
No,
just misspelled base.
Oh.
Nah, it's like,
The government's
thing-
bragging.
thing.
Okay, alright.
I glottal stop my keys a bit, you know?
Yeah. That's fine. It's just, giving the quality of these text files, my interpretation is equally likely, so that's why I needed to confirm.
Fair.
Yeah.
This is a single player only map, which is not the most common thing in Maximum Doom.
It really isn't. Like, the amount of deathmatch maps that overwhelm, like, legitimate question, like, from, like, kind of a history of Doom thing, where do you guys think Doom would be without deathmatch?
Oh shit. I don't know.
Like, because nowadays, the single-player Doom community vastly overwhelms the multiplayer Doom community, but
Right.
do you think that we could have even gotten to the longevity we have in Doom and all the people who did the things they did to move Doom forward if it wasn't for deathmatch being such a prominent draw in the early days that got so many people into Doom?
I don't.
You know, maybe, but like, I mean, you definitely, you needed like a lot of eyeballs on it.
Yeah, that's what I
But-
was gonna say. It kind of needed deathmatch to be a phenomenon, most likely.
Yeah, but then the thing is, I hardly played deathmatch. Although I did like use a modem and call up my friend and like play either deathmatch or like co-op or what have you. And I kind of made when I made Dimensions of Time, I kind of made it with like the co-op. It made it co-opable so that I could play with my friend through it. And I mean, I guess you really can't discount multiplayer being kind of like a driving factor, because like Doom was it definitely it definitely hit a spot that did not exist at large for PC gaming and network gaming, and that definitely made it some kind of cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nowadays when we think of the longevity of Doom 100% has been the single-player community.
Yeah.
But do we even get to that point if not for multiplayer?
Maybe not, because I would think that like a bunch of the source port pushes were to make better
Yes,
multiplayer.
yeah, that's kind of exactly what I'm saying. And then also
Yeah.
you have to figure Doom's
Not a bad
success.
map, by the way.
It's not. This would be in minimum Doom. Doom's 6. In fact, I think I've played this map before in Doom 2, and it is in Minimum Doom. I think I might have said this was a good map and put it in Minimum Doom. Someone would have to confirm that for me. But like think of like even like the meta aspect of like a lot of the modern stuff in Doom, like source port wise, without Quake and without all that other stuff, I don't think we get it. And a lot of Quake success, if Doom wasn't the phenomenon it was, is Quake the phenomenon it was? Is like, you know what I mean?
Well, definitely Quake was pushed by the fact that id Software made it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So like it's definitely.
I mean, if you move forward and you think about the games after Doom that became extremely popular with modders, the only company that releases games, single-player games I can think of, that are extremely popular with modders are Bethesda. But outside of that, your extremely modded games are your Quakes, your Quake 3 arenas. Your Unreal
they're typically multiplayer games. Bethesda is kind of a unique one in the sense that like the Bethesda thing only started with Morrowind, and it only started with Morrowind because Bethesda released the Creation Kit and gave players the tools to easily do it. And like
same thing with like Valve with Half-Life. I mean, like what is it? Worldcraft became Hammer, and then Hammer was like the de facto map making thing for Worldcraft edited Quake and Half-Life maps, and then Half-Life was just insanely moddable simply because it was kind of like a modified Quake engine, but also like a lot other aspects about it were still easily moddable by like very small teams or even like one person. And then with every subsequent title, Valve saw the value in releasing tools with their games eventually. So that's why we have so much like Source engine stuff as well, and now we have like what is it, like Source 2 is in people's hands along with like the Alex FTK, so it's like we're gonna see some like really crazy shit that people are like gonna put together. And I
mean, and also there's the great point that RYA NXB just brought up, which is or XNB, that a lot of the editors were designed because people wanted to make multiplayer maps. Like, where's Doom without those editors?
That's true.
Moddability absolutely increases the lifespan of games.
Yeah, I think that partially might be why it tends to be more, or at least back when games tended to be more moddable in general, it used to be more common with multiplayer games.
Yeah.
You generally wanted multiplayer games to have a longer lifespan than your average single-player game.
Yeah, and besides, it's like extra bit of fun if you like make something and share it with your friends, and play with them on what you made. It's
absolutely.
It's inherently compelling in that regard. Like there's a sharing aspect that was only like accelerated by the internet, but still still had like it was a sneaker net. It was people sharing things on floppies and
no, absolutely. So that's kind of one of those funny little things that you can look at and be like, if not for this, then likely we don't have X and Y and Z.
Yep.
Where did that come from? I just heard sound. Oh, there. That's what that does. Okay. Oh, I didn't step on it. Boom.
And there were still like small teams of people like making stuff. It wasn't like just like these giant like AAA companies.
Yeah, absolutely. No.
Which is kind of like, it turns into how do we get a return from all this money we invested in a project, and that there is definitely a diminishing return with that. Unless you're Rockstar Games and make millions upon millions upon millions of dollars and push the technology of your craft.
Yeah.
But then there's always gonna be
I am an absolute sucker for white, like high-tech, clean high-tech rooms in Doom. Like something about that is just,
Like like shiny walls.
Shiny
and
walls, and it's kind of like
with lights everywhere.
yeah, I don't know. They're just. I guess it's because so much of early action games and FPSs and all that back in the day was very grungy that you didn't see that kind of super high tech kind of crispness as much. So, big Age of Empires 2 fan. It's not. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was like even my boss at work isn't very much. He isn't very much of a video game player, but he's. I said like, haven't you like played anything like extensively back in the day, like just by virtue of like just being like in the software industry and whatnot? He was just like Age of Empires 2. It was like that quick an answer. I was like, really? He's like, yes, like hours and hours and hours and hours of AOE. I'm like, god damn.
Age of Empires 2 is actually a pretty interesting and complex multiplayer game.
Yeah. I played that quite a bit with friends.
I like this little hell section right here. I don't know.
Now, this map uses darkness pretty effectively, to the point where the README strongly urges you that you do not use gamma correction unless you have an unusually dark monitor, because it'll wash everything out.
Nearly every single person I know that plays like competitive Doom Deathmatch just like really cranks up their gamma.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. It makes sense in the context of what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I guess so.
I hear like a floor that must be like miles underground because it's still raising. This is actually like a legitimately good map. Like, straight up good map, solid like overall quality experience.
We're definitely getting the a microcosm of Doom modding at large around like the era. I mean it's like you get Sturgeon's Law on a CD-ROM. 90% of everything is crud. That final 10%, it stands out.
Yeah. I mean, there's certainly a level of, how the era worked with the figuring out progression and everything in this.
Yeah, like exploration was also a big component of gameplay.
Yeah.
Because like it drew a lot from Myst and a whole lot of other games that were kind of like point and clicky, but also like figuring out exactly what to do on the screens was like gameplay. And like even with like text adventure games way back when, it was like finding the right stuff to type in. And
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's like and I think that's just because of like the limited medium of computer, like any kind of computational capabilities. You're still kind of like beholden to older technology, so a lot of that gameplay was figuring out within a limited scope.
Right. Well, also, and then just on top of all of that is that. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. Because video games were more limited back in the day, there was a greater degree of imagination that one could just deploy.
Yeah.
In ways that you just don't.
It was okay
nowadays.
to like, it was just okay to like keep things like limited in presentation because, your brains fill the gaps in. Like, what the hell kind of a base is this? Who knows? It's some kind of like, I mean, like people fill out the world in the text file, but not many people read that. But you could still kind of be like, what the heck were they putting together with this? Oh, well, it's some kind of tech base with that's above hell, and it's it's archetypical. You're making an archetype world, and it just fills out using your brain.
Right. I really don't want to go into that pit. I feel like that's going to just be death. One day, though, Maximum Doom will give me more weapons than just the chain gun and the shotgun.
Oh yeah, even getting like the plasma rifle is a bit of a rarity.
Yeah. It feels like it's only in deathmatch maps that I get it.
Deathmatch maps that are intended for registered Doom.
Okay, see, that at least lowers that. Okay. So there is a way out of that. Every time I think this map is gonna, like, fuck me over, it actually is nice to me and, like, doesn't. And that's such a weird feeling in Maximum Doom.
Well, there's a lot of stuff taken into consideration for this map. That's why it's one of the better ones.
That was a good map. Good job. Who made that map?
That map, that was Outpost 2-1 by Scott Amspoker.
Good. Good for him. This is Piece 220. Okay.
Piece 20 by Wolfgang Grassel and Christian Hellman. They're from the University of Marburg in Germany. This is the Deathmatch 2.0 release of Peace.wad. Please play this WAD with alt death only. There are all weapons and an exit. Peace.wad was based on Shadows 2, but it's almost everything changed. Additional credits to Sergei Ischenko and Ivan Samarin, the authors of Shadows 2. Single player, yes, but it's for deathmatch primarily.
Interesting map layout.
Yeah, that's an interesting map.
Plenty of sector art too.
Okay, it's time for the weekly Tarns, and this week I put together a list that is gonna be extremely controversial, mostly because of what's not on the list, and it was a list that surprised me putting it together because I started out at one place, and then I kept thinking, well, what about, and what about, and what about, and by the end of the list, actually. Only one of the maps that I figured would be on the list at the start actually ended up on the list. So we're doing Tarnsman's top 5 IWAD levels. So this is Doom, Doom 2, Plutonia, and TNT.
Oh shit! Across all of those.
Across all of those, and I will give you a hint that one of the IWADs is actually not represented at all on this list.
Okay, so no TNT. Got it.
And it's not the one you'd think.
Really? Oh, I wonder if you're eliminating all of Doom 2 then, because like I feel like that's the one that's like entirely eliminated. So we have essentially 96 maps to choose from, not 128. Oh wait, no, sorry.
Well, I'm just gonna this list surprised even me.
96 plus 40, 36. It's
36,
a number. Yeah. It's 132.
Yeah, 132.
And the things I took into consideration are aesthetics, gameplay, pistol start gameplay, and legacy as a map also kind of played into it. And also,
so there's like nostalgia, a little bit of nostalgia.
There's nostalgia, but also like because there's a lot of maps that are kind of like better or worse versions of other maps. So there were many places where a map got bumped off that I actually consider a really great map because I realized that it's not the best version of that map.
So really, I gotta kind of figure out what Tarnsman likes in terms of maps or even his mapping style.
Yeah.
What was he most influenced by?
Yeah. I'll tell you this, my number one, before I was making this list, I did not think this would be number one, and I was blown away, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, this is actually, I consider this the best, just raw Doom, basic Doom level.
We asked 100 Tarnsmans this question. What are the best IWAD maps? Top 5 answers on the board.
Okay.
He did say that he'd consider pistol start, and map 29 has a pretty fucking rough pistol start. Unless you get the plasma sort of
So,
secret.
So are
Doom
you
2,
going
Doom 2,
first?
well, yeah, who's going first?
Yeah, who's going first? You going first, Max?
I don't know, I'm trying to think. Oh, fuck it. I don't think it's the best version of the map, but in terms of notoriety, maybe? Downtown?
Okay, Downtown, not on the list. Was considered at one point briefly for the list, but not on the list. No Downtown.
Okay, so I like the line of thinking into non-linear, largish,
Yeah.
no, very few doors.
Yes.
I know Tarnsman does not like doors, nor putting doors in his map, and they're a nightmare to, like, sound propagate wall off.
This is
So-
pen to death, that one.
Yeah, my rationale was it's kind of the city map.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's logic being applied there, Max.
So, let me think. Let me think here. My guess... You know what? I wonder if... Okay, so I want to say that Doom 2 is probably not represented. I want to say that Doom 2.1 is probably not represented.
Okay.
And I kind of want to say... You know what? I'm gonna guess containment area in Doom 2.
Okay, containment area is not on the list.
Okay, alright.
Jazzmaster suggested Mount Erebus.
Yeah, Mount Erebus was like in there, but I was like, no, I wanted to go with like the one that looks a little bit nicer.
Yeah, no, Mount Erebus is also not on the list, but it was considered. Mount Erebus is a great level. It's an important level because it was truly the first sandbox level, and Mount Erebus is definitely the prototypical sandbox level. Its influences can be seen in Gotcha, Downtown, Suburbs, and then just all the levels that those inspired. So it's on the list, but it's a good pick.
That's a standy map, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sand map.
Yeah. So, okay. Wow, okay, your turn, Max.
I'm trying to think about the kind of map that would be on the top 5 out of all of the firewalls.
Tarnsman hates doors.
Habitat is not on the list. Habitat is not on the list map. There's no meme maps. These are all maps that like I actually genuinely love and think they're fantastic maps. And yeah,
This is a tough one because there's so many maps.
I know. Well, I never want to go like top 10 episode or top 5 Doom episode 1 maps or things
Yeah,
like.
that's like,
I want a list that I have to think
top
of.
10 episode 1 maps, huh?
Okay.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the 10th one then?
Yeah, right.
Super Metroid and the suburbs are the roots of Pinchy's design philosophy. That's
I can see it.
really solid root.
Yeah, that's a really solid base. See,
Alright, so-
what I actually putting together this list was really hard because it's one of those things where there's a strong argument for a lot of things, and I learned a lot about personal preference that I was like, actually, no, I think I enjoy this more.
I definitely would have to like do like a double elimination tournament style. Like,
Yeah, no, that
way.
it was basically how I did this list, and the stock music tracks was also like insanely hard to put together.
Yeah.
I'm-
Okay. So yeah,
I'm
what's
gonna
your guess,
knock-
Max?
I'm gonna knock this one out. I don't actually think it's gonna end up on the list exactly, but I feel like it has to be stated. The Chasm.
The Chasm was on the original version of the list, but it's not on the list.
Nearly there.
The Chasm was my original number 5. Okay.
To this day, I still don't know if the Chasm is a meme selection.
No,
or
no,
not.
my evolution on there's too many things in the Chasm that are legitimately great. I like the entire fact that half of the map is an optional secret to get a super shotgun that features some really cool that jumping platform where you go into that side area that has those unique
yeah, I guess
dropping
so.
teleporter sections. That
It's
upper.
It's got some good pieces in it. Yeah.
This is Pet.Wad. That was Pet Death. It was just a shitty deathmatch map.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad. A lot of long hallways and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's see. I'm not gonna select one that was in the chat. I think the chat should get the third turn.
Okay,
on
well,
picks.
the chat did name one. If we're gonna start
Odyssey
counting
of
the chat,
Noises?
I was gonna say Odyssey of Noises.
the Odyssey of Noises is number 4, and it is the
Wow.
best version of Downtown.
I figured that might be the case. I went with Downtown because of its notoriety, but
Yeah.
Good job, Jazzmaster. You
Yeah.
got it.
The
Let's
Odyssey
see
of
what
Noises is a fantastic map. At one point, I had it at number 2, and I bumped it down a lot because, to be honest, the Odyssey of Noises is an aesthetic map more so than anything else. It actually does
true.
not play that well. It's kind of like Plutonia's
Long.
version of Limbo in that sense, where Limbo is a very cool map that also does not play very well. But the Odyssey of Noises, for its scope, scale, general influence on city map designs, kind of taking downtown and applying the more modern PWAD aesthetics to it that have been carried on further. And just, there's so many things in it, like the Cyber Demon lava pit, this is awful, the pistol.
honestly, one of the things I like the most about it is its placement.
Yeah, and its placement at the end, it's all around a fantastic map, and I think out of all the IWAD city levels that are like true city sandboxes, it is the best version of all those.
All of those
I
pink
reckon,
demons. All those
sorry,
pink demons. I was gonna say all those pink demons reminded me of something. We missed the 10th anniversary of Pro Doom strats.
Oh, we did.
We did.
Bait their hungry mouths.
Rot Kings. Yeah, bait their hungry mouths. Watch me move like Goku. That's the. That came out December 1st, 2010 by Rot King. Missed the 10th anniversary, but there it is.
Yeah. It played differently
Yeah.
from all the other. I'm letting this Baron kill me because I feel like I wasn't supposed to go in here. And ultimately, yeah, the Chasm, as Jazzmaster is talking about, which is the reason why I moved off. The Chasm is a map that I like more for the ideas and concepts presented in the Chasm, more so than the overall picture of the Chasm, which is why I bumped the Chasm down.
All right.
Yeah, I was kind of really debating in my head whether or not to pick Odyssey of Noises over Suburbs. I'd imagine if you did April Agitation or whatever it was again, where you run off all of the Final Doom maps against each other, I reckon Odyssey of Noises would probably win, if not be close to winning.
It definitely, it's a very strong pull. So right now we have number 4, which is Odyssey of Noises.
Yeah. Okay, my turn. Let me think. Okay. I'm wondering if all the maps are kind of in that vein of mapping, but I wonder if there's like some wild cards.
There are some absolute wild cards. There
so
are
you know
some
what?
wild cards.
I'm gonna guess. Human Barbecue, TNT map 2.
Human Barbecue not on the list. Surprisingly, actually, Human Barbecue is a underappreciated map, in my opinion.
It is underappreciated. It's like I thought, like maybe that would have a place, but yeah, it definitely wouldn't be a top 5.
No, but it is
I
it
wanted
is
to guess
certainly
one
an underappreciated map.
Yeah.
Human Barbecue is like really strong.
It is a really strong. It is a unexpectedly strong map. Let me say that Human Barbecue certainly is a map that I don't think people remember it as good as it is. Like, it's a lot better than people remember, for sure.
I remembered, like, you know, of course, the initial view, the main areas, but then they have like that weird side area that's very Sandy Peterson-y.
Yep.
Like,
And then they have the Super Shotgun secret. There's a lot of really quality parts in there.
and there's a sector trick in there with like the see-through door,
Oh,
the see-through
see-through
gates.
door
Yeah.
Yep.
that, like,
Yep.
raises up. That is
And the
a
deep
real
water.
annoying-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're unclosed sector tricks. Like, they
Yeah.
was showing off. Team TNT was showing off.
Yep. No.
So, yeah, okay.
No Human Barbecue. All right, Max.
Not Yep, next turn.
Okay, so thinking about you, I know you don't like doors, but you do like being a bastard, so I'm putting Hunted on.
Ooh.
No Hunted, but Hunted is certainly a map that.
Plutonia 11. Right?
Yeah,
Map 11.
Plutonia 11. Yeah, it has a lot of value. Hunted is a map that why it would never be on the list for me is I've definitely played this map. This is the map we were talking about the Lawrence of Otto in, so we've played this map. Okay. Hunted for me is a map that this is Pet 2.
Oh yeah, the Lawrence of.
The Lawrence of Otto.
So what's the Lawrence of IWAD maps?
The Lawrence
here?
of Otto. Yeah.
That's number 1.
That's number 1.
Lawrence of
But
Otto.
yeah, so the thing about Hunted is a map that's pure concept. Like, I don't get a lot out of playing Hunted, so that's the only downside of Hunted. But the music, the concept, Just that it embodied how Plutonia was different than what people expected in Doom. There's like nothing in this map. What is this? Oh, it's a lift. Okay. So no hunted.
Okay. If we're gonna like, okay, a pick from the chat. I'm gonna say, well, the pick from the chat here is, okay, Jazzmaster says, want to throw something random here. Impossible Mission from Plutonia.
Impossible Mission, not on the list. That's a map that I tend to forget about, and then I play it, and I'm like, actually, there's a lot of things going on in this map that I like, but it's not on the list. That's another underappreciated map, I feel like. I feel like that map is unfortunately lost in the greatness of Plutonia a little bit, but yeah, Impossible Mission, not on the list.
Let me think. So if I still am taking Doom 2.wad out of the equation, let me think. Wow, top 5. This is gonna be tough ones. I'm gonna say, was it, fuck, what is it? E1M4 of Doom. Was it Command Center?
Command
Yeah.
Center, yeah.
Command Control.
Command Control,
yeah.
not on the list.
Oh.
This is E2M when it plays in.
Alright,
This is called Fraga Gutu 1ENA. I'm just listing maps that really stuck out to you. Okay, yeah. That map sticks out to you. Max?
E4M6 against the Wickedly.
Against the Wickedly is number 2. Against the
Damn.
Wickedly is easily the best of the Romero walkways over death pits. It still has in 2020, even after all the advances of Doom, a very difficult pistol start that punishes the player in really unexpected ways. It provides pressure, it provides great atmosphere, great music, one of the coolest Cyber Demon fights in an IWAD, and it's definitely the one that people are influenced by the most next to the Living End. And it is just an all-around fantastic map.
Damn, nice pick. Number 2.
Thanks. Yeah, I fucking love E4M6.
E4M6. E4M6, when I started this list, it was number 1, and I was shocked when I moved it down from number 1. E4M6 is a fantastic, fantastic map.
All right. Well, you know what? In that note, I'm going to make a selection that's like one of my favorite maps.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's on that list. E4M1.
E4M1 was on the list, but it's not anymore.
Alright.
E4M1 was number 4 originally, but I
Damn.
moved it off the list.
E4M1 is basically infamous for its pistol start.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
It
but
is.
It's really good.
It's really good.
It's fun.
It uses everything it does really effectively. It's got a good. Its secret is actually useful and rewarding. And just all around, it is a great example of resource management and starvation being used to achieve some really pressuring gameplay. Great map.
It's an American McGee map too.
Yeah.
But not very many of those.
Yeah, no. It was a good pool mat. It was originally on the list, but it did get removed.
Dang.
Okay,
Alright.
I'm picking out Pinchy mentioned Dead Zone from TNT.
And Dead Zone would be number 5.
Wow.
Dead Zone is a map that the more I thought about, the more I realized, no, it absolutely deserves to be there. Dead Zone is only number 5 because much like Odyssey of Noises, its gameplay is pretty subpar, but the layout, the structure, just everything about Dead Zone, when you start to think about how it's made, is a fantastic map, and I gave it bonus points for it being the influence of not only myself, but Zazer as well, because it's a fantastic layout, and honestly, one of the best non-city sandboxes around. Also, the secrets are so good in that. The secrets are like the secrets in the Citadel, but even better.
What the hell is this arena you found yourself in?
It's I'd say interesting, but that's not the right word.
No,
even,
no, that's not
even,
right.
even the sarcastic use of interested is not right.
Yeah.
So
So we have number 2. We have number
yeah,
2.
number 2, number
Dead
4,
Zone.
number 5.
Or we have number 2 Against the Wickedly. Doom 1 E4M6. We have number 4 Odyssey of Noises. Plutonium map 23, and we have number 5 Dead Zone TNT map 15. So Matt's inclination was correct that the IWAD surprisingly not on the list is Doom 2.
Yeah.
Which honestly surprised me, but yeah, Doom 2 is not on the list. So we're looking for number 1 and number 3.
Damn, I wonder if any of these are gonna be like Plutonia maps, because like I feel like Plutonia is like revered, but when you think of like a top tier picks, they're
It's mostly consistent.
It's got a lot of consistency to it.
Yeah.
I will say the last 2 picks are not from the same IWAD, meaning they are both from separate IWADs.
okay. All right, so
Speed.
so
And
right now,
and right there, Max hits us with number 1. Speed.
one?
Plutonia map 12 is my number 1 map. It is a fantastic, compact, hectic, pressuring, brutal map that is insane from pistol start, even today, has that great Wood 5 aesthetic, has a lot of verticality, interesting teleporter tricks, fun secrets, even though most of them are unofficial. And yeah, it's the map that absolutely falls under the radar. That wonderful troll cyber demon, the chain gunners popping up, that entire final room where you're just being sniped from every which angle. Speed is a fantastic, beautiful map with all these other. Yeah, it's just. That is the map that the more I thought about it, the more I realized, holy shit, this map is fantastic and I love it, and that is my number 1.
I'm saying
Speed
damn.
them.
I'm saying damn because like you said, like the final 2 maps on the list were from different IWADs, so that means that counts like that doesn't have like Ghost Town in it. Shit.
No,
all right.
Plutonia and Doom 2 are out. I picked Speed up. I don't know, I really like Speed.
Yeah,
basically that's about it. That's the crux of it. It's one of my preferred maps in Plutonia.
It really is. It really is. It's such a good map, and like, I was putting other maps ahead of it. I was putting Slayer in there. I was putting The Living End in there. You know, E2 or E4M2, and I just the more I thought about them, I'm like, no, Speed is all these maps, but better.
Crap. All right, I gotta.
So we're looking for number 3, and number 3 was another one that I didn't expect to make the list. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that it is really, really, really fun. And it is just so fun. It is like one of the most fun IWAD maps, and that's really why it's on this list. There's some good design choices in there, but it is a fun map.
Good design choices. So like the way you said good design choices makes me want to think it's a TNT map. But okay, let me think.
It's not Barrels of Fun.
Okay.
It's not Barrels of Fun. And I can say that because we've already eliminated Doom 2.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Well, also, this map, this is the stovepipe map. This is.
Oh yeah, this is the stovepipe. This is the one that we've seen 600,000. Yep, here it is. Here's all this. There's no monsters.
Yeah, it definitely was like the example map from like some kind of editor. And then yeah, this is. Now that makes me like angry that it's kind of has an incarnation in Serenity. It's like, oh man, really? It's kind of an edited map. All right. So let me think. Fuck. Okay, number 3. We're just going for number 3. So Speed's your number 1, and your number 2
is
was
Against the Wickedly.
It's Against the Wickedly.
Yeah.
And then there's Odyssey of Noises, and then there's
Dead Zone.
Dead Zone.
We're looking for number 3.
Number three.
That was pot.wad. This is pueblo.wad.
Let me think. Crap.
Oh, we got all kinds of custom textures up in here.
Oh.
Nice. Let's see. Let me think. Oh wait. Oh wow. This is really cool. Wait,
Yeah.
is it called like Pueblo? What
Yeah,
is
this
Pueblo,
is
yeah.
Pueblo.
Yeah. Okay.
This
Yeah, I
was-
remember this one. I definitely remember
Omneth.
playing this one at some point.
This was a contract one. So he was asked
Contract?
He was asked to make it for a deathmatch tournament organizer who
Wow.
couldn't use it for business reasons.
That's
Required
weird.
requirements were that it runs on 1.2, be pretty fast, have no nukage or other non-combat hazards, and have the exit clearly marked but hard to abuse. Goals were that it looks memorable, plays well, has a graded difficulty. The result was influenced by his travels in Chaos and the High Southwest.
Looks like you got trapped in place.
did.
Just facing the wall.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember this map. Holy shit. So let's see.
Oh, this is by the guy who authored the Doom level design FAQ,
Oh, wait, what was the name again?
Tom Neff.
Neff, yeah, holy shit. Yeah, I recognize the name now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay, so... Fuck,
I'm having a hard time thinking of stuff.
yeah, I like that, like that clay oven there. In the fireplaces. Let me think.
This is a cool little deathmatch map, yeah.
Yep, an exit on a big lift.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, I'm gonna say... Okay, third on the list. I'm gonna say... I am gonna say... E... No. I wonder if it's in Doom. Shoot. Fuck. This is a tough one.
This is Purdue.wad.
See, this is like, now I have to like go through like the my memories of like the other maps in the iWads. Fuck. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna say, fuck it. I'm gonna say E2M8. E2M8.
No, it is
Tower
not.
Babel.
It's
Okay.
not Tower of Babel.
Alrighty.
Max.
Steelworks.
Ooh, good pick, but not on the list. But that's a good pick.
Alright.
Chat, you any ideas?
Yeah, let's see if chat can do the final poll. I'm amazed no one's guessed this one yet.
I mean, Perfect Hatred is there. Oh,
It's not E1M2, no.
Oh no, it's not E1 too. Okay, let me think. E1M7.
It's not E1M7.
Shit. Alright.
That's a good map though. That's my favorite E1 map.
Is this gonna be like a pick that we're gonna be like, oh come on, really?
No.
Or is it gonna be like?
Well,
a,
okay,
we
you
were
shouldn't
totally-
be like that, but you should not be like that. It's probably one you're not thinking of, but it's one that absolutely certainly deserves to, like, the rationale behind it will make sense, and like looking at some things I've made, it'll make sense, and like it's a map that it's a great map. Let me say it's objectively a great map. If you don't think it's a great map, like, we'll have words. Like, it's not some like this is not some like really questionable I have to super defend it pick. But it's a map that probably doesn't get thought of enough. But it's a fantastic map. Like I said, it's really, really fun to play. Like like over all the other maps on this list, it's a map that's just fun.
Okay, I'm gonna stick to TNT, even though I don't know if this is entirely your kind of brand, but System Control.
Not System Control, no. But
When I
that's
think of, like,
yeah,
it's
that's a good
I
map
think-
with some good design, yeah.
If it was not for Berserk, I probably wouldn't consider it tremendously fun.
Yeah, the Berserk adds to it. That map is another map that has a lot of really cool, interesting early TNT stuff going on it. That gets lost because of the back end of TNT is bad, that people tend to forget how good the first half is. System Control, you mean Entryway 2. Heck's a good pull, but it is not Heck. Heck is a map that is just pure fun. It is a very fun map, but it's not Heck.
I'm looking through the TNT maps again, kind of like just.
It
refresh
certainly
my
is
memory.
not Ballistics, and it's not the Mill.
Let me think. Something fun.
ballistics might make a different list.
Anyway, Jazz, yeah, I mean, it is kind of entryway too, but
System
it's
control.
got a berserk. You just punch shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, TNT Map 01 is pretty.
It's a good
pretty
map. It
good.
is. It is. It's better entryway is what TNT is. So I have no problem with that. It's a good opening map. It's not my favorite opening map of the IWADs though.
Actually, okay. You know what? Then I'm going to guess because I didn't guess this yet. Last call.
No,
Map 30.
it's not last
What?
call.
Okay.
No, it's not a meme pick. It's legitimately a great
That's not-
map.
I mean, I guess.
Now let's call it the
it's,
teleporter puzzle's great, but it's an Icon of Sin map.
yeah,
It has
I
one
mean,
great part, and then it's not that good of a map.
All right.
Storage facility? No, it's not storage facility.
My next pick was just. Wait, was metal guessed?
No, that's an awful map, Matt.
Yeah,
Jesus.
no, it's
No, like I said, it's not a meme map. I mean, okay, it could be considered a meme map because it has a very, very specific and unique gameplay style, but it's good. It's an actually good map.
Okay.
But no, the ending section is pretty rough.
No,
Yeah,
no,
like
not
that
metal. I'm not talking
widening
about. I'm talking about the pick.
staircase?
The pick.
Oh, okay.
Metal's end section is no.
Oh.
Metal is a bad map. I'm saying the map is not a meme map. Only it could be considered a meme only in like the fact that they're like, it's excessive. It is an excessive map. I'll say that.
An
I pick-
excessive. Okay, well then, you know what? I'm. Wait, sorry. Whose turn is it?
I can picture a map
it's
in
Max
my
turn.
head, but I think it's from Plutonia, so that exempts it. Baron's Den?
No, it's not. It's not Baron's Den.
Yeah. Oh, I
Or-
forgot that like, it wouldn't be Plutonia. Fuck, because like I was gonna guess Congo. Shit. All right.
Congo would be my pick for best opening map.
Okay. Let me think.
Central Dude, like this one is killing me that no one's getting this one. Like it blows me away. I can't be the only one who loves this map.
Fuck. Okay. Well then, I'm going to. I'm shifting back to Doom 1 then. All right.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Oh, what is it?
Let's see Max.
I'll let you go for. Okay.
Yeah,
Limbo.
go Matt. Let's see Matt's pick, and then Max can go.
Okay. I'm going to say let's see, a fun. It's gonna be a fun map. Refinery E2M3.
No, it's not Refinery. Max,
Fuck.
your idea?
Limbo.
No, it's not Limbo. But punch you in the face, man. Got it. TNT Map 9 Stronghold.
Really?
Fantastic fucking just mowing down hit scanner after hit scanner after hit scanner in a well-designed tech base. It is just fun. It is a fun map. You get all the weapons to just go to town, and there's enough hit scanners that it's still difficult, but you're just blowing through enemy after enemy. You could see it in my TNT 2 map. You could there's so many places where I've drawn inspiration from that.
Do you see it in your TNT2 map?
Yeah, look at how map 8 plays. Oh wait, you can't because Marcaic's never finishing map 26, but
What's gonna happen? I fucking had a tab open with Stronghold in for my next.
Stronghold is such a good map. Like come on, guys. Like there's no way you can, even if you don't think it's a top 10 map, it's a great map. Like
I didn't even remember it. I did. Oh fuck, Stronghold.
I'm not gonna say it's not.
Yeah, it's a fantastic map. So the list in order now that we have all three. Number 1, the unexpected number 1 was Speed. Number 2, Against the Wickedly, aka E4M6. Number 3, Stronghold, that's TNT Map 09. Number 4, Odyssey of Noises, Plutonia Map 29. And number 5, Dead Zone, which is TNT Map 15. Biggest surprise of the list, that I had 2 TNT maps on it and not 1 Doom 2 map on it.
Wow. Yeah.
The thing about Doom 2 maps is that they tended, even in TNT and Plutonia, they already kind of had better versions of themselves.
They
all the
really
time.
did, yeah,
Yeah.
they really did, yeah. Yep.
Like they were definitely influenced by Doom 2 maps, and then they were just make it less sandy.
And that's basically the thing that as I was coming up with this list, I was realizing was that the maps that I originally first picked, the more I thought about them, the more I was like, no, this map is here because it did it first, not because it did it best.
Right. Okay.
And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, no, I would put this map above it. And then, you know, basically round robined it until I ended up with Speed as number 1. I went, wow, actually, Speed actually is a really fucking great map.
Yeah, I think that's a surprising one. Speed is your number 1 pick.
Yeah,
Wow.
TNT is like the Dark Souls 2. It has great highs and really bad lows. I would 100% agree with that.
It's Dark Souls 2 of high ones.
It really is, yeah.
It definitely had a different mood.
It
definitely
did,
had
it
a
did.
different mood
Yeah,
compared
yeah,
to the
yeah.
rest of them. Yeah. Yeah, like Dark Souls 2 definitely has that a very gloom that the other Dark Souls did not have.
Yeah, it definitely did. Yeah, no, and that's a good TNT pool. But yeah, Stronghold, it's a great map, and that's another map that originally wasn't on the list. And the more I just thought about like what maps do I go back and just have fun playing, and Stronghold is certainly the map that, in terms of raw fun factor, just brings a smile to my face, because it is kind of a meme in the sense that just fuck it, we're gonna throw every hit scanner we can at you.
Oh, I will say I probably saw like one of the best tool assisted speedrun demos of that map.
Yeah.
Where it was just, and I think it was purely pacifist too, like where it was just the player dodging all the hit scans, having them shoot each other. And it was like the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Can somebody check if Stronghold has the most monsters of
Okay,
any
maybe not
IWAD
entirely.
map? Because I think it actually does.
Whole things in. Well, I don't know if that counts all the things. That's a lot of goddamn hit scans. On Ultraviolence, you have 45 zombie men, 97 shotgun guys, and 68 heavy weapons guys.
Fantastic map. Beautiful map.
More than just a bit over 200 hit scanners alone.
Jesus.
And then how many imps do you have?
86.
Mount Pain has the most enemy? That's really surprising.
It has a single demon, this one.
I know, that demon's the only monster in the map that's not an imp, shotgunner, zombie man, or chain gunner.
The one.
322 for Mount Pain. Oh, wow. Okay. How many does Stronghold have? 289, I think you said?
Okay, so this is the speed run that I saw. Hold on, let me post the link in the chat here.
I've got to play this later.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. No damage taken. Tool assisted speedrun, pacifist. Holy fuck.
No damage taken to. Oh man,
No
that's
damage
ludicrous.
taken.
That is actually insane.
I was just like, man, watch this guy move like Goku.
Just gonna play Goku.
Oh my god.
It's insane, isn't it? It's fucking crazy.
Stronghold has 297 enemies. There we go. What were the near misses on the list? Well, a couple things that were on the list and got removed from the list. The first one that got bumped up was the Living End. Or also on the list originally was Inmost Dens.
Inmost Dens is not bad.
Inmost Dens is good, but Inmost Dens is a map that it's like Dead Space. Or Dead Zone, I mean. It's a map that I like more for the idea of the map and the concepts than the playing of the map, and ultimately Dead Zone wins in that competition.
This is like a really nice looking map.
It's a really nice looking map, and it's got a lot of like ideas, and it's got a lot of influence too.
Oh, we got a spammer in chat.
I get those every day.
We got a spammer. Trying to use a bunch of diacritical marks to get around a filter. Thank you, moderator.
Thanks, Pinchy. And then, again, some other things that got moved on the list that didn't make it were E4M2, E4M1, both really good maps.
Yeah, E4M1 is like, what was it like? I remember I was like at, what was it? I was at like some kind of convention with like Jazz Mickle, and she was just like, "What's your favorite like original Doom map?" And I'm just like, "Shit, I don't know." And I'm like racking my brain. She goes, E4M1, and then I like pause and I go, "Fuck, that is a good map."
Yeah, it's a great map, dude.
So can we appreciate the level gave you, Plasma?
I can't appreciate it. That level wasn't that bad. That was Purdue.wad. This is perpdeath.wad. If it's not purple, I'm going to be disappointed. And then there's a bunch of stuff that was technically on the list.
Heretic map.
Heretic map? Well, we're not playing it then. I'm not loading it up in Heretic.
Oh no.
Actually, I should load it up in Heretic because the Heretic maps have been the best maps. I'm going to load it up in Heretic.
Calling an audible. Load up Heretic.
Load up Heretic.
Omaha.
To keep like copy pasting these over into the Heretic folder. Yeah, so the list, it's hard to say like what was on the list because there was parts like that. Like, so the Living End started on the list, and then I was like, well, Antichrist is just a better The Living End, and I like Antichrist more than Living End, so Antichrist. And then it's like, but I like E4M2 more than that, so but I like E4M6 more than that, and so it was just basically like that. It's like Circle of Death. I like Slayer more than Circle of Death. Plutonia kind of fucks things up because so many of its maps are just Doom 2 but better, or Doom 1 but better.
Yeah.
See,
I'm
like,
kind of interested.
look
I'm kind
at
of
like
interested
how.
what your like top 5 like IWAD music.
Okay,
list
so
is.
that list was even harder to pick up. That list's number 1. That list's number 1 was one of those ones that I can't believe I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it till the very end and realized, like, wait, I fucking love this track. It's phenomenal. And
the hard part is like I never remember the names of them.
Yeah, but you could say where it's from.
Yeah. Although I mean I definitely have my number 1 pick, and it's like I wish I could use this song forever, and like yeah, it would just get annoying after a while, but it's such a good track.
Oh yeah, no.
Right,
but yeah,
so
yeah,
that's for another week. That's for another week.
We can do it if you want to do it, but I put it together, yeah, and it's got some surprises on it, but I can defend every one of them. And
Alright.
I'll give everyone the bunny song is not on there. Okay, like it's not like the bunny song. There's not that.
But you're still selecting from like any kind of music that can play.
any of the music that plays during the stock games. Yes.
Okay. All right. During the maps.
Yeah.
All right. So should we guess that list or do you
I
have
mean,
like
yeah.
a...
If you want to guess that list, that's fine. We're playing Maximum.
Also, this Heretic map, not bad.
It's not. No, every Heretic map in this has been good. Like, good as in relative to Maximum Doom, but like.
Yeah.
And part of it is just that like Heretic's textures look better as bare walls, but also like just look at this on the auto map, how like complex it is compared to a lot of shit in. Like, look at the layout of this. This could be a 2020 map in terms of just goofy layout, like shaping and all that. Interconnectivity. You have light casting going on right here. Like, this is in Maximum Doom. What the fuck?
It is quite a thing.
Yeah.
It's going to compile Minimum Heretic, and it's going to have about as many maps as Minimum Doom easily.
And to correct Matt, no, not just music that plays during maps is on the list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you gotta.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, all right. Shall we guess the top 5?
Yeah, I should start keeping track of who gets the most right. I think Max pretty much dominate. Max and Chat. I think Max went 3 of 5, and Chat went 2 of 5 in that last.
And then I think the
Didn't you?
I got 1, and then but I think I got 2 of the last top 5 when we did textures.
I did get so hot with textures. I think I got close with some stuff.
You got close.
Yeah.
You were on the right track with some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, on the right door track.
Ah.
Okay, so all right, so who's starting us off with the top 5 music? So that could be Doom 1, Doom 2, TNT, because Plutonia is just
Yeah, Plutonia doesn't have any new tracks, so yeah, Plutonia is excluded from it.
Right. Okay, who's going? Who's? I guess what? Do I go first? Because I'm not in the lead. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Let's have Matt go first.
All right. Okay. So one of my favorites, Sign of Evil, E1M8.
Sign of Evil, not on the list. Good track though. It is a good
Fuck.
track.
That's a good track.
It is a good
Damn
track.
it.
It is a good track. No, I'm
That's the
not.
one I'd play forever. That's the one I'd play forever. Fuck.
I'm not saying it's not a good track, Matt. Like I'm saying it's a
I
good
know.
track.
I know. I look. Hey. You don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm not insecure about my music picks. But yeah. Okay.
Smells
Not on
like
the list.
burnt.
I will say this: the number 5 track, you're gonna side eye me a little bit on it, but I will I
Okay.
will die on that hill. It's a good track. It's a great track.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, Max, your turn.
Smells like burning corpse.
What?
Do TNT.
TNT. Oh, Smells Like Burning Corpse. No, not on the list. That's map 2, right? Yeah, that's a good one. Chat's guess. I'm gonna pick Into Sandy City. Almost. That was a very thought about it. That's a really good track. Doing this list also made me appreciate that there's some really fucking good, really good music in Doom that just we take for granted, but it's really good.
Can I make a selection of
Yeah.
what's not on the list?
Yeah, make
Can
a
I say
selection.
like?
Yeah,
Can I say what that's not in the top 5?
yes, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna say At Doom's Gate is not in the top 5.
It's not in the top 5.
There you go.
Yeah, At Doom's
that
Gate
one out of the way.
is not in the top 5. The Barrels of Fun music is not in the top 5.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
I love them bones.
Damn
files.
bones.
Them Bones is a good song, but it's not on my top 5 Doom yet.
Oh.
No, At Doom's Gate is one of those tracks that it would make the list on notoriety and not merit, if that makes sense. I'm assuming this is
Notoriety
awesome.
and
No, I'm saying At Doom's Gate. This is
Yeah,
Perp
this-
Death. Yeah. I'm saying that it's a track that we remember more because it's E1M1's track, and not because it's a great track. It is a good track. It's not like a
This
bad
is another
track.
Heretic map?
Yeah, it's
Holy
another
shit.
Heretic map.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, Perp Death too.
Okay, so all right. Whose turn?
You suggested or what it isn't.
Yeah, what it
If
is.
that suits it to me.
Yeah.
I Sword the Demons, E2M1.
It is not. That's a good track. It is a good
It's a
track.
good track.
It's a
but-
good track. That's the thing is a lot of these are it's a good track, but it's not on the list.
Okay.
That's
Matt.
sort of it's not there for me at least.
It is. No, it is
Yeah.
it is an upper tier track for me. It is definitely an upper tier track for me. It is certainly the track that of all the Doom 1 starting maps, that's the best one. So out of E1M3's or E1M1's music, E2M1's music, and E3M1's music, E2 has the best one.
Oh, I'm going to.
Message for
Okay.
the Archvile is not on the list. This is Chat's pick. It was number 5 until my new number 5 bumped it off. Message for
How
the
did that
Archvile is a
How
great.
did that one go again?
That's the Gotcha and Abandoned Minds track.
Oh, the da-da-da-da-da,
Yeah, that
da-da-da-da-da.
you tend to think of just the beginning, and then you forget how good that track goes places, and it goes a lot of places, and they're all good.
I want to say I want a flamenco version of that track for I want to you should commission
Jimmy
one of our composers, to make a flamenco version of that track for in Doom in Spain only.
So you're gonna love Doom in Spain Only's soundtrack. Let me just say that.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, it has to have that.
That is one map away from completion, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay. So okay, the track pick I'm going to say is E1M9 Hiding the Secrets.
No, I actually honestly don't like that track that much.
Oh, okay.
There's not a lot of heavy music on this list. I
Okay,
will
so
say that.
more moody and atmospheric.
More moody and atmospheric, yeah. Not that I don't like the, more upbeat tracks. Like I said, E2M1's a great track. There's plenty of them. E3 M2 is a great track that may or may not be on the list.
Okay.
Doom 2 Intermission.
Okay, Max once again pulls number 1, the
God
Doom
damn.
2 text screen. You're talking about the text screen, right?
No, he said the
Oh, fuck.
No, I meant.
No, shit. Fuck. All right, well, you
Oh no.
I fucked up.
Oh,
Because I consider it the intermittent. Yeah. Well, fuck. You didn't guess it, but number 1 is the Doom 2 text screen music, also used in Map 21 of Plutonia.
Yeah,
Phenomenal, phenomenal track.
That's a really good.
It has a build.
It has a
Like,
build.
you
It's
don't
almost
hear it.
4.5 minutes long, and it continues to go places the entire track. And it's really surprising that it's not used more. And if it's not for Slayer, I don't think people would have gotten to hear just how good that track gets, because
Very true.
you skip
Very,
through
very
so much
true.
of it. But
I would not listen to the Doom 2 like intermission. I just mostly think of it because it's very effective as immediately ending the level, and you hear the drums.
yes,
But like, oh man. But yeah, the intermission text one is yeah, that's a good one.
the text screen,
That's a good track.
the
yeah.
text screen, you mean, not the intermission.
Yeah, the text
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, that's the one that came in late. That made me think about it, and then went, oh wait, holy shit, of course this track. Like, why did I not immediately pick this as my because it is the track that I think made me love Slayer as a kid, because it was the only place I got to fully hear that track and actually play the game, and it's such a good track. This is also a deathmatch map, so I'm sure it doesn't have an exit.
Okay, so let me think. Okay, so okay, let me.
All right, that was Perp Death 2. Wad.
Right, I'm like looking at the wiki, so I know the names of the tracks.
You
and
could
stuff.
say the maps they're on. That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna say because I forget if it plays on any other maps, but it's like the tune that plays on in Monster Condo map 27.
This is Pyramid.wad. No, that's not on there. That's a good track though. It's a very haunting track. I opened this up in Doom 1 like a fucking moron, or Doom 2 like a moron.
I'm gonna go through E2M8.
Waiting for Romero.
E2M8, good track. Nope, not on the list. I did it again. I opened Doom 2 again. Waiting for Romero to play is a great track.
Waiting for Romero to play is a good track.
it's a
I
great
was like,
track.
oh man, it's not a.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think. How about Getting Too Tense, map 28, Spirit World.
Not on the list. That actually would be more towards the middle for me, honestly. I like some of it, but I think it gets a little too.
It gets repetitive.
It gets repetitive in places.
Bad pick on my part.
And it doesn't get repetitive in interesting ways, because there can be tracks that are short and repetitive that are still good.
Okay, so you know what? I'm with. I think I know what my next pick is.
Yeah, Max.
Evil Incarnate.
Is that which one is that?
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
yeah, that's a track that was considered but not on the list.
That's a
figured it might
Wolfenstein
be-
track, technically.
Yeah, I figured it might be like a rather left field pick.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm going to go with Running from Evil, map 01.
Running from Evil is not on the list.
Okay.
But it is an underappreciated track that gets hated because it's overused, but it is a good track. Like, I'm gonna say this.
Especially since you were playing like Maximum Doom on Doom 2, like a lot.
Belly of the Beast. Belly of the Beast was on the list, and it's a track that I surprisingly replaced. Like, I didn't expect it to be replaced by what I replaced it with.
Belly of the Beast.
Belly of the
Which
Beast.
one?
That's the metal music from TNT. It's a really memorable TNT track. It's that like just hardcore blasting. Yeah. And that's yep. And that's a track that's really repetitive and short, but still good.
It is.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's like, okay, we've heard enough of it. Okay,
Jimmy did remix it, and it is in TNT 2. A, like, 8-minute version of it is in TNT 2.
Whose turn is it?
The Human Barbecue... It's Max's turn. The Human Barbecue music was the Crusher. Oh, In the Dark. No, that one is not on the list.
I figure it might be a bit simple, but it's pretty good in terms
There
of
is a pretty darn simple track on the list that that I have a gigantic soft spot for. TNT 2 is coming out whenever Archaic finishes map 26.
I'm going to guess... It's my turn now?
Yep.
I'm gonna guess... Doom's... Well, it's, I guess there's a modified version of it in Doom. Like, there's 2 different versions of it, but it's the same track, more or less, at least in the beginning. It's, E2M3,
the Doom 1 intermission music?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one is not on the list.
Alright.
Maja Mystic suggested Countdown to Death.
There's so many good Doom 2 tracks that I didn't put on the list. And like all of these are like, let me say this. Almost everything that's been guessed, with the exception of a few, like I would consider good, like good to great tracks. But they just don't have that special for me.
How many have we guessed so far? Just
It's
one?
been quite a few. Oh, in terms of
You've
how
gotten
many we've guessed,
one.
And it's the number one, and it was the one that
By
you
accident.
didn't.
By accident, yeah,
By
because
accident.
I thought you were talking.
the text music.
Yeah, I mixed up. I consider that the
suggested-
stats screen, not the intermission. But yeah, it is the
Yeah.
intermission
Okay.
screen.
Jazzmaster suggested the music from The Focus. That's a
That's
pretty good
also a good track, yeah, but it's not on the list.
one. Okay, one I'm going to suggest. E3M7.
That barely didn't make the cut. That was very strongly considered.
If you're not like forever traumatized by that track.
No, I love that track. That's a great track.
I feel like we're just gonna go through all of these.
You're gonna go through all of them.
There's a lot of really good.
There's a lot of really good. No, like that's the problem. That's why this list, just like the I1 map list, is the problem you run into is you start going through like tracks like I like that track, I like that track, I like that track, and then it's like, okay, well, do I like this track more or less?
Okay, I'm going to guess. I think it's my turn now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess. Oh, I've gotta find it.
There's one track that's on this list that's on a bad map, and that's probably why people aren't thinking of it.
Yeah, I'm going to say. I'm going to say because it probably enhances the map. I'm gonna say Sinister, E2M6. That's on Halls of the Damned.
Sinister is not on the list.
Shit.
Chat finally got number 5. Number 5 is Aim, Shoot, Kill from TNT, which I didn't expect to like, but then I thought about it more, and Aim, Shoot, Kill is a great little ditty. And if it wasn't for Aim, Shoot, Kill, Habitat would be even more unbearable. But it really makes Habitat a good map. And Aim, Shoot, Kill also has a much-needed extended version in TNT 2 that Jimmy did a fantastic job with. It's a great track. It's a great track. Yep. Aim, Shoot, Kill is a great track. So we have number 5, Aim, Shoot, Kill, and we have number 1, Untitled, which is the Doom 2 tech screen music.
Ooh, I'm going to. Oh wow. Okay, I think I have a guess on deck, and I don't know which one. I have like 2 guesses, and I have no idea which one I want to pick. But whose turn is it? It's Max's turn, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, it is your turn because Chad just guessed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I wonder if they're probably both wrong. Okay. Which ones were they? Okay. Legion of the Lost, Map 31, Pharaoh, and the intermission music from TNT.
Oh, that's a good track, but
Shit,
that's
it's
honestly
not on the list.
that's my favorite text screen music, or not text. My favorite stat screen music is that one.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a good track. This is quad.wad. There's also quake.wad. Bouncy, guess that one.
Sean's got the shotgun.
Sean's got the. Is that that's Dead Simple's music, right?
That's dead simple.
That
Yeah,
as a kid was my favorite track. That just killed me. But it's not on the list. Yeah, that's a good track. That's a good track. That as a kid was my favorite track. Honestly, I like these troll barrel teleporters. By the way.
Okay. Max, it's your turn.
No, chat has picked Cold Suppleness. Which one is that?
Is that the Steelworks track?
Let me...
Yeah, that's Steelworks. Yeah.
That is a very, very underappreciated track. Great track, not on the list.
Fuck. God damn.
One of these, I think you're gonna be like, "What the fuck, dude?" But I love it. Like, it's a very simple track, but it's phenomenal.
I think I might have an idea what it is, but I don't remember what it's called.
I got But okay, so it's another track that I want to say it's another track that kind of like morphs over. Okay, my other pick was, now I remember, it was Death Spells, which plays on map 29 or Wormhole or Nukage Processing and Team TNT.
No, but that is a good track, dude. There's some great tracks, dude. Fuck. Doom 2 Map 02 elevator music. No, that's not on there.
I'm reading that the track is inspired by Vangelis's Life of Antarctica. I don't hear it. I don't really hear it in that song. Weird.
Okay, Agony Rhapsody, which is open season.
No, a good track. God, that's another good pull. Fuck.
God damn it! What's on this list?
Bouncy TM gets it. Number 3, they're gonna get you. That's the E2M4 and E4M6 music. It is a very subtle.
Oh, I could have guessed it was on like the fucking one of your favorite maps. Shit.
Low key, very subtle, low key track. That the more I think about it, I love that track. It works great. It just has that like airy atmosphere. Oh, he did guess that one earlier. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, that's so you guys now have you have 3, which is they're gonna get you, aka E2M4's music. 1, the text screen music from Doom 2, and 5, aim, shoot, kill.
Damn. So we're looking for 2 and 4.
2 and 4. You always associate with Suspended in Dust Map 1. Yeah, it's a great track. It has a lot of versatility to it. This is Quake.wad.
Damn. All right, let me think.
Doom 1 text screen, the gateway to Plutonia, map 30. Yeah, that's a good track. It's a great track.
Is that that's not on the list though?
Not unless I thought about it.
Shit.
There's so many I thought about it.
And it's not like a technicality. Like it's not the ones that are originally from Wolfenstein.
No, it's not like it's
not
like
right.
they're all tracks and like if it's in the
Okay.
text, like it's a selectable track, you could without modifying the iWad you're loading, load the music in. Then yeah, no.
Next. Okay. I'm guessing it's my turn now.
Yeah.
Suspense. E1M5, Phobos Lab.
No.
Okay,
I have another.
TNT's Deepest Reaches.
That's
track.
a great track. Not on the list. The remaining track is not from. The remaining 2 are not from TNT. I'll start giving hints. The remaining 2 are not from TNT. One of them is used in multiple. iWads.
Oh, in multiple iWads. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm guessing at least in Plutonia.
Yeah.
And one other. Okay, wait, is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna guess the untitled track, which is E3M1 or E2M9.
Yeah, that's on the list.
Fuck.
Nobody told me about it. Got guessed a bit earlier, sadly.
got-
as well, man.
Yeah, I gotta guess a little bit earlier.
Map 10's music.
The Black Sabbath track. That was
Yeah.
another one that I really loved as a kid. That's not on the list. That's a great track. Doom has so much good music. The Demon's Dead. Yeah, that's it. This is Quarrel.wad.
Shit, not suspense. Fuck.
See, this list is honestly probably like harder to defend and like.
Okay. If it's one that's hard to defend, I'm gonna say Facing the Spider.
No. It's,
Okay.
It's not hard defended like that sense.
I mean, Facing the Spider is good, it's like also way too short.
Yeah.
I picked the one that would be the hardest to defend for me.
Yeah.
It's Facing the Spider. Shit. I'm running out of ideas. I think these last two are just gonna be like, what the fuck, man?
I mean, I don't think they're that what the fuck. I think they're great tracks. I'm sad there's no E2M6. Yeah. Sorry. I suck. But it's my list. Mappo, no underhauls. Good track though. Good track.
That's the track of what I just somebody's map I just played is over.
Yeah, that's the Doom 2 elevator music. That was Quarrel.wad. This is Ralph 4.wad.
Ralph 4. We're not even reading text files on these anymore. We're just like guessing.
Yeah, I mean all your picks are good too. Doom 2 is almost all Doom's music is good. All right, let's go for another hint. Number 2 on the list is used as a opener maps music.
It's used as an opener maps music.
Yeah.
So wait, I thought we guessed all of them.
No, you
though.
didn't.
We said At Doomsgate is not on the list.
At Doomsgate is not on the list. Running from Evil is not on the list.
E2M1 is not on the list.
Pretty sure Sign of Evil was mentioned.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Sign of Evil was mentioned.
Oh! Fuck. God. Plutonium at
Fuck, which one was that?
2 or 3, it's pretty early.
Oh! What are you saying, Max?
The Imp song, it's E1M2.
Imp Song is number 2.
Oh, Nuclear. Oh,
This is the, if you had to ask me what the prototypical Doom track is, yep, it would be Imp Song. It's a great opening song. It balances Doom's more heavy music orientation with its atmospheric music, and it really embodies the Doom sound to me. And
it does. It really kind of does.
It really
It's
does.
one of those really good tracks. Shit.
It's a
Yeah,
great
okay.
yeah. It's
I'm wondering what your indefensible track is now. I think it's number 4.
Yeah, so, well, it's not so indefensible as it's just like, I don't know, it might just be a me thing, because I don't see a lot of people claim this is one of their favorite tracks as much as some of the other stuff. So, to recap, we have the text screen music from Doom 2 is number 1. Imp Song, aka Plutonium Map 1 / E1M2's music is number 2. Number 3 is They're Gonna Get You, that low-key atmospheric track that plays on E4M6 and E2M4. And then number 5 is Aim, Shoot, Kill.
So the remaining one is not in TNT.
The remaining one is not in TNT.
And it's only in one island.
It is only in one IWAD, yes. So it automatically eliminates Plutonia if I say that.
Right.
Did anyone say Donna to the Rescue, E3M2?
Good pick, but not on the
nobody
list.
said that. That's,
Yeah,
okay.
good pick, but not on the
Like,
list.
Not guessed yet.
easily defensible.
That's an easily defensible.
I'm gonna say I gotta remember who. Oh, okay, I'm gonna say the Dave D. Taylor Blues.
That was so close to making the list. I think it's been guessed already, but that was so close to making the list. You have like
I don't think that one was guessed, but damn.
it's such a good track. It's such a good track. Hey boy.
Da, da.
Oh god, it's such a good track. Doom 2, like Doom 2's music doesn't get talked about as much as Doom 1's, but the more you like think about and listen to Doom 2's music, it's got so many good, like phenomenal tracks in it.
Yeah.
Jazzmaster said E3M3, Deep into the Code.
Deep in the Code is not on the list. Good track.
I hope everyone likes my acapella versions of.
Some people hate
butchering-
Doom 2's music, but I love it. Yeah, it's got a great soundtrack.
Oh man.
D-Dead was already guessed.
Yeah.
Man, we have gone through a lot of the middies. It's hard to remember what has.
Yeah, I know. So like right now, the meta game is remembering what we guessed.
Yeah, okay. I'll say this: it is an early level in the part of what it's part of. It's not only an early level in the part that it's part of. When it's used again, it's also for an early level in that part of what it's used in.
So then I'm. Wait, whose guess is it? Whose turn?
I am uncertain at this moment.
All right, I'm gonna say it's the one that's just called Doom.
And Matt gets number 4.
Because that's used in, I think, yeah.
It's
Map
used in
05
Map 5, and then it's used at the start of E2 in Downtown.
Yeah.
This is the one that I said was sort of like I would have probably have to defend it because it might just be a me thing because I don't see many people claim they love this track. I love D-Doom. I love the way its build is. I love it feels like it's just such a nostalgic track to me. And it's simple, but it's good. I love it. I love D-Doom. And I know a lot of people don't feel as highly as I do about it, but for me, D-Doom is a staple Doom track. And it is, yeah, it does kind of put you to sleep.
Oh, the one that goes.
Yep. Yep.
It's one I hear a lot because if ever you leave Doom 2 a bit too long, Demo 1 fires up.
Yeah, it's.
Voice tunnels.
Yeah.
Can you guys infight, please, so I can get some shotguns?
I'm gonna grab another beer. This was a really good one. The first beer of the evening was Vanilla Cherry Stout by Central Waters Brewing Company in at damn it. Oh, I have the page open still. It's in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Central Waters Brewing Company. Really good. We're gonna have another beer. Be right back.
Boom. Well, that was a pleasant distraction from the horrors of Maximum Doom.
Yeah, really, this current map looks.
It looks like something. Not having demos would definitely remove a level of nostalgia that's associated with D-Doom. I would agree with that. I don't know. Like I said, it's the track that I probably would have to defend more than anyone, but it's one that's dear to me. And Jimmy did a fantastic version of it for something else. Why does Fight for Your Right to Party always play on the longest maps? Because the jukebox knows and it hates you. People don't like Countdown to Death. E2M4 seems in particularly rarely used now. It is very rarely used, but it's a great track.
Countdown to Death, it's a good track, but it can kind of be a bit maddening.
It can be, yeah. It can be. But it's a good track.
why is I don't remember Fight for Your Right to Party just having the Beastie Boys doing the just one note over and over and over again without any breaks or stops.
No, the actual cadence of his speaking is very much like that in the song.
I think it was there's a lilt to it.
Yeah, there's. I guess you can't really capture that as much in MIDI.
I don't know if that was that In Progress Ass MIDI by Big Sean at one point, but did a pretty good job.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about
with the
that.
crazy pitch bends.
I did forget. That was insane. That's right. Yeah. The MIDI is also just bad. I agree. Yeah. Like it's not a good MIDI. I mean, the worse the MIDI is, the more jukebox it is. So like, being a bad MIDI is par for the course.
So, I just picked another beer from my beer collection here. I want to play a little guessing game with everybody. The game is, what country is the beer that I picked from? And it's not going to be an obscure country like, say, Botswana or something. It's going to be something that's part of our economic sphere.
Canada?
So that's like new.
Part of your economic sphere.
Yeah, it's part of our economic sphere.
Do you mean like?
Like, do we have a trade agreement with them, Matt, or
Yeah,
is it...
we trade with them. We have their products.
Well, I already used my guess, but I know what my next guess would be. You know.
What's
Puerto
been
Rico
guessed-
is a part of the United States. It's not its own country.
Well, I mean, it's a Commonwealth. But like all of what was guessed in the chat is not correct.
Okay.
Not Denmark, not France, not Switzerland, not Mexico,
And then my second guess is still my second guess.
Australia?
not Australia.
Okay. My next guess would be China.
Ooh, like both of you are close with Australia and China, but neither of those.
Okay. All right. Well, then I have my third guess.
Yeah. The third guess may be a little bit more.
Well, the second you said we have their stuff, you narrowed it down to like 2 countries for me.
You
Yeah.
said I was gonna guess, which is New Zealand.
No, not New Zealand.
Okay. Is that Max's? Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
The glorious nation of Nippon.
That is correct. It is Japan. It is a Japanese beer. And it is called Kagwa.
Yeah.
K-A-G-A.
When you said we have their stuff, Japan
Yeah.
and China became my next 2 guesses, basically.
Yeah.
It is called Kagwa Blanc. Yeah, it's also, well, they use a French word.
And then
for
if
it.
you said no
Like
to
beer.
either of those, my final guess would be Taiwan. Because that would be the next, like, made in blank.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, this is the second beer of the evening is Kagwa Blanc, and interestingly enough, it's a 7.4% alcohol beer, which is interesting for a Japanese
But Taiwan
beer.
is China.
Uh-oh. Someone's pimping the one state.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Correct. I'm sorry. Yeah, I would have said the Republic of China, not the People's Republic of China. The Republic of China.
Getting political. But yeah. The second beer of the evening is Kagwa Blanc, premium ale brewed with spices. And weirdly enough, well, the initial smell was like a little skunky, but not so much.
This
anymore.
map is terrible. and
Interesting.
I hate it.
This is going to be interesting. It's like a weird squat little bottle, and I got 2 of them. I got Kagwa Blanc and Kagwa Rouge, which is I think a red ale that they made. And this is going to be like the weird one. I heard there's like a bit of sediment here that needs to be in the rest of it, so I'm just gonna swirl this around and dump this back in. Ooh, nice little cloud. So this is like less than a pint though. Like this is. What is this? This is like about 8
Congrats on
ounces.
Syringe winning a Kako. Fun fact, with the exception of the speed mapping stuff I've been involved with, every single project, like every single proper project I've made a map for has either gotten a Kako award or been honorably mentioned.
Yeah, fucking awesome. Yeah, if you guys haven't
That's
checked out the
how
Kako
you
Award
know
winners-
that the Kako awards are bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. If you guys haven't checked out the Cackle Ward winners and honorable mentions, fucking go right ahead and.
How much of that is the map,
check
and
that
how
out.
much is that has been listened to MIDI? 50-50, I'd probably say.
So oh, okay. So this is like roughly 11 fluid ounces. So yeah, this is the size of like a regular can of beer, but it's like a squat little bottle, like an interesting little bottle.
I've seen beers like that before, but I forget who. I feel like a relatively common brand does that.
Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I taste like. It's probably like partly the alcohol content, which is like going to add the sweetness, but it tastes like there's some kind of like flowery herb in it, like lavender, or like rose. There's something in here.
That's interesting. One thing that I really want to check out from the Cackle Awards, the other mappers hard carried. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why. I just ride the nepotism wave. That's exactly, you like hit the nail on the spot. That was my point.
I hate getting old. My eyes ain't working as well. Well, I mean, like
I know that feeling.
Beer, but
I've been
yeah.
fighting that feeling for like 5 years.
Okay, enough light here. Cagua Blanc is an aromatic bottle-conditioned ale brewed from malted barley, malted wheat, select hops, Japanese yuzu, and sancho. Oh, maybe that's one. Yeast sediment and settling is natural. Please store upright. Well, yeah. Usually you wouldn't drink like the sediment in the bottom, but I was told like maybe add a little bit to it because it adds a little bit more depth of flavor. But it's
interesting.
pretty good. I will say, Italy was guest in the chat, and Italy does not make good beers. I don't think I've ever had an Italian beer that was good.
Rowdy Rudy 2. I need to finish Rowdy Rudy 2. I stopped playing it. I shouldn't have. I want to play the GZ Doom opus that Aurelius made, but I need to finish Abyss 2 before I do that. And not like out of obligation. I've actually legitimately been enjoying Abyss 2 the one time I played it, but I do need to finish Abyss 2. Yeah, Heirloom. Yeah, I need to play that.
Apparently it's a real bitch in terms of power required.
That's fine. I don't mind that. So yeah, I'll have to come up with some good lists as well for next time. Doing the list is hard because you can't pick like. I couldn't do worst Doom maps because if they would all be TNT maps.
Yeah.
Or they'd be Wolfenstein. Like I could do that list right now. Number 1, Mount Pain. Number 2, Wolfenstein. Number 3, Ballistics. Number 4, Metal. Number 5 would probably be Curse. Done.
Gross?
Or Gross, yeah.
Gross.
Gross.
Grossa. Yeah.
Have you done best monsters yet? See, things like that are. I want to do a list that has at least enough stuff to guess from that makes it interesting. What about what's the GZ Doom opus? That's R Lunare or whatever it's called. It looks amazing. I want to play it.
R Lumine?
Or yeah, R Lumine. Yeah.
Man, like every single time the Cackle Awards comes out, I'm just like, oh man, look at all the stuff I haven't played.
Yeah, right.
It's like I just don't have time to play it. And like, and then there's some that's like really, yeah, definitely obscure that I haven't heard of, and I'm just like, shit, these were really good. I mean, Antara has made like another
They've made
like,
some
crazy
great
amount
stuff,
of
yeah.
crazy amount of maps.
Antarazian Reliquary.
Yeah, and then I was just like, I don't think I've played through Antaresian Legacy. I started playing through it, and I was like, right.
Antaresian Legacy is it's good, but it's not like it has some problems. I'll be honest.
It feels indulgent.
It's
like,
very
with
very
the amount of-
indulgent, and there's a lot of maps that.
But then again, that's like, well, when
It's
you're
not that they're indulgent. It's that there's just a lot of maps that are just cluttered
lot.
and messy.
Yeah, it's just well, especially like the first couple. The first couple,
Yeah.
I was just like, this is a little busy. But I mean, I feel like
the end
if
of
I
it
push
is
through
really
it,
good.
like
The
there's
end of
good,
it's really
good stuff.
good.
Yeah.
The end of it is like the E3 equivalent is like the final episode is great. But it definitely suffers from more is better syndrome.
I miss the mock award.
I miss the mock award too.
But like,
I mean,
it don't get made. You know, maybe it could be resurrected if there were a real good reason. But
yeah, I mean, like you'd have to be like one of those parodies that like is well, I mean, parody is in the spirit of loving the medium, not so much I'm just gonna make some piece of shit that will.
Is this
get
a
an
full
award.
megawad? Is this really a full megawad? Please tell me it's not. Okay, good. It's only it's a full episode. God damn it. This is Ralph. This is Ralph 4.wad.
Ralph 4.
The
Full
best
episode of
parody
Maps.
map sets are things that like removed from the joke are still fun to play and
Yeah.
good to play.
2018 April Fool's set.
I mean,
Did you play that?
I did not play that. I did play speedrunning Discord. Love that. I need to play some more of that stuff.
I'm very interested in Doomware.
Ooh, that really sounds like a ton of fun.
Yeah, like very WarioWare, quick like multiplayer games.
Like, hey,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun evening. If we like stream that or whatever, that'd be pretty fun. Let's see. I out of the honorable mentions, I played what is it? I played a Technicolor Antichrist box.
It's a great name for a map.
It's a well, first of all, it's an amazing name, and second of all, the colors used in it are really good.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about it though, was like the initial fight in the beginning, because I feel like it was like a front-loaded fight, kind of like, I mean, it told you this is what you should expect from like the fights in the map, but I feel like it was too tall a wall to like, I don't know, it was like too tall a wall to make me want to play the rest of the map, but playing the rest of the map was really good. So that was like I think the only hiccup in it, and it was still fun to play even with that like tiny little thing in the beginning, because like I found myself like just running out of ammo immediately. Like I feel like there was like something not quite balanced like early on in it, but then like as you went through the rest of it, it was really good. So props to Major Arlene.
Yeah, I know I really have not been very with it when it comes to playing Doom. The only thing I really played this year that I can remember was Syringe, and I think that was last year.
Yeah, I haven't even played Syringe yet, and I really should. It's done
Syringe
by
is fun.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. You'll say it's fun.
Syringe is really good.
Fun fact for those who don't know, Syringe started out as No End in Sight 2.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. And the 3 episodes were gonna be, Hell, Brazil, and I'm not accepting that.
So Hell again, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You've made that joke before. And then the Moon. Yeah, there's some fun facts for you.
And the Moon.
So I made 2 maps. And then Pavera made some maps, and then nobody did anything because Alfonso was supposed to map for it, and oh wow, a project where Alfonso's going to be a key contributor just suddenly stopping. Whoa, never seen that before.
I think his life is just pretty busy.
His life is pretty busy, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Like I mean, I was surprised that he stopped by that one Maximum Doom session.
He shows up every now. He shows up about as often as I do. The main difference is I set aside occasionally, like this time on the weekends, and that's about it.
But like, yeah, all of Syringe is by what is it, Big Brick alumni?
Zazer, Pavera, myself, and then Marchaic did game plan.
Oh, minus Marchaic, but yeah.
Is there anything like to this map?
Yeah, it seems pretty empty. Other than that cyber dude just fighting right now.
I don't want to fight this guy. Have a heart attack.
Is it one of the maps that was released early on enough that it relied on the boss specials to be present in every M8, or is this even an M8?
No, it's not an M8. It's just a map.
Oh.
This is an M3.
Well, hot damn. Got some rooms separated by corridors.
I think this is like a deathmatch map, honestly. I don't know. Pop up in the text file. It's Ralph4.wad.
Yeah, is it like an episode of deathmatch maps? Really bad deathmatch maps?
I can only assume I got a yellow key. Is there even an exit? I don't even think there's an exit in this. This has to be a deathmatch map. Or they just figured killing the Cyber Demon would end the level and they just didn't test it?
I don't know.
Kind of like, maybe the player will skip to the next map once they kill the Cyber Demon. Like, there's like nothing in it. I didn't even see you kill any monsters.
No, that was the only monster in the map.
Wow. These look like deathmatch maps.
These look like shit.
Well,
Yeah.
that too, yeah.
These look like shit. Stuff
First and
sucks.
foremost.
Well, there'd be a fun list, but I couldn't put it together. Somebody else would have to put it together. Top 5 Tarnsman rants.
Where to start? You know what? I feel like not a lot of people have seen me like rant quite a bit.
There have been some really good rants on the stream. There have been some
I
like
swear you had a rant a couple weeks back.
I might
Tell
have.
you what.
I don't know. Did I ever
My
show
rant-
you the Ed Cranepool thing? I think I sent that to you, right?
Ed Cranepool.
Ed Cranepool is the thing that got me listing the Michael K show, which is where these lists cut like they have the list. That's why I decided it would be fun to do it. Anyways, it's Don LaGreca is a Mets fan, and he's talking about like how the Mets just can never seem to get a player who lasts with the organization. This entire map is just fucked. Like look where the yellow key is. The yellow key is like literally here in a wall. Like what is going on here?
Citadel at the edge of crap. That's what this map is.
Yeah, so that's done.
The map had a heart attack. Next map.
Anyways, so the whole rant is he's talking about how people have like the forever player for the New York Mets is Ed Cranepool, who is, you know, a very unremarkable player, you know, other than he played a very long time and played for the Mets the entire time. And no one, like, you do not know who the fuck Ed Cranepool is. Like, he's not like a name. He's not a Derek Jeter. He's not a, you know what I mean? He's not a name.
I definitely have heard the name, I think. But
Yeah.
Only within the context of nobody talks about this guy.
Yes. So he has this great segment that starts off just him like saying like, you know, I'm thinking about it, and then it just ends with him like being, there's literally no one, Michael. Bud Harrelson was a Ranger. Kuzman was a Twin. They killed Gil Hodges. Nothing is good. There's no good.
I feel like that was linked the other day.
I think I sent it to you. Because I referenced it the other day. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's peak Mets
Really
fan.
good, but it's also like, oh, that's a man who has been destroyed by decades of.
The Mets are a very inept franchise. Let me just say
The
that.
Mets are.
Strong support of a not strong team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because like we. Okay, speaking as a on-again, off-again Mets fan, like whenever I pay attention to baseball, it's like you're always waiting for that one year where they're just like, it's better than middle of the road.
Yeah.
And it never comes.
No, I get it. I get it.
It's like, yeah, the Mets, but the Yankees, and like, oh, Jesus.
It's really hard. It's really hard when the other team in town is good.
Yeah, it's or is it has like it's just like loaded up with all of like the players that cost a fuckload of money and put asses in seats and are also good at the game. It's 26 World Series is fucking How many World Series are the?
I think
are the
it's
Yankees up
26
to?
or 28. It's 26. or
Yeah,
28,
it's up there. But
It's
it's,
up
like,
White Sox fans have to deal with being in the shadow of a bigger franchise in the same city.
yeah.
White Sox fans, kind of, but the Cubs, like, that's a weird situation because the Cubs have just history of like being just miserable, and the White
Yeah,
Sox ended
really
their
shitty.
the White Sox ended their curse before the Cubs did, in a
remember-
season where they swept the entire postseason.
I remember when I first had heard of baseball, like when I was like a really young kid, like I was probably like 4 or 5. I just picked a team that I thought would be like have a cool name, and I picked the Red Sox for whatever reason. And I mean, if I just stuck with them long enough, they would have beaten the Yankees.
And then you could have been really happy about portfolio diversification.
Exactly.
Let's everyone appreciate the all the luxury tax that Red Sox ownership is not spending by giving us Mookie Betts. Thank you very much.
Nice.
True heroes.
BFG shotgunning cyber demons.
BFGing Cyber Demons. Yep, that's how you do it.
With an Illusosphere,
Yep, so much fun.
partial invis.
These maps have been just so bad.
Like I'm guessing they're like just really shitty.
Does somebody want
deathmatch
to bring
maps.
up the text file and tell me this isn't? Look at this. Let's hold on. Let's pop a freeze and let's just drop down in this room and appreciate this fucking room right here. Like,
There's a fuckload of whatever the fuck in there. There's like a lot of power ups and shit. A lot of color. There's a lot of.
color.
Definitely would break the sprite render limit,
Oh, for sure. Easily.
which I think is like 64 or something. So
128.
With this
Oh,
Ralph
God.
4,
Ralph,
Ralph
4.
4,
One,
yeah.
yeah.
Ralph4.txt, Ralph6.wad collected by Ralph Evans.
Wait, what? So Ralph 4 is Ralph 6 is what you're telling me? What?
I don't know, Ralph4.txt mentions Ralph6.wad.
Is it like Leonard Part 6?
That's a niche reference.
God damn it, Matt.
What's wrong with the Leonard Part 6?
This is my sixth deathmatch collection and replaces episode 1.
It is a deathmatch map. It is a death. I knew it was a
It's a
deathmatch.
deathmatch collection, and it only replaces E1M1 through E1M7. Doesn't even go up to 8.
You know
It
what?
doesn't?
I can appreciate that.
Like,
Also, I can appreciate how much better this level like, what the fuck is this level after the last level?
It's a collection, so it's a bunch of random people's maps.
not a guy
Okay.
named Ralph.
I mean, it's called a collection, so...
And then
We'll
occasionally, people will just be like, yo, bro, here's my map that, like, would be fine for 96, 97. Like, okay. Sure, dude, just, like, drop this shit in here.
Dropping a map. When's the new map dropping?
The new map dropping.
Where we dropping, boys?
Ralph Evans has done a lot. There's quite a few Ralphs in here.
There's quite a few Ralphs, Sawad.
Yeah. quite
So
a few
this is
Ralphs.
Ralph 4, comma, Ralph 6. That's what you're telling me.
I guess. I don't know, the text file is... Why is it Ralph 6 when it says Ralph 4?
Does the text file begin with Ralph 4 and then just be like, yo, but actually this is Ralph 6?
It's called Ralph4.txt. That is the name of the file.
Oh, but it's for Ralph 4. Or Ralph
but it
6.
says Ralph6.wad.
Whatever.
You know what? You're spitting some logic on me, bro.
You saw this in a bunch of like really old deathmatch maps where they just like vomit like, rows of the same item in there. for whatever reason.
Did original deathmatch not have respawning items or something?
It did not.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, so then I guess that was the reason, yeah.
Weapons stayed. Just about everything else did not.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, item respawning was added in a patch later. Now that I think about it, yeah. Okay, you know what? I take back my comment. This is definitely a relic of the time.
DM, guys. Alright, well, that was Route 4 on one. What a disaster.
Route 5.
God. Definitely a relic of the time.
This one is also only 7 maps.
I've played this map. This map has been in so many things.
Is it the oh wait, this map. Oh, this is in Dwango, I think. It's
Yeah,
in one
this
of
map is in so many things.
Yeah. Okay, I instantly recognize this map. Yeah.
And I instantly recognize this fucking map.
Oh, it's the stovepipe.
Of course it is.
It's the DEU map or DCK map, whatever it was, and yeah. Oh my god. I'm disappointed to know that the variation of this map is in Serenity.
And I
makes me
recognize this map. Jesus Christ. Yep.
Take a look at the current whip from Benji.
Dude, they're...
Ooh.
What is Pinchy sending me?
He sent a.
Oh god,
screenshot.
I need to play Pinchy's Quake maps. Like, Jesus Christ, I need to do this. I need to get into... I need to play some more Quake user content.
Yeah.
Quake is so good.
A bunch of Pinchy maps, a bunch of Jazz Mickle maps, a bunch of because I think she kind of like hovered around Quake a lot more
She
now.
did. I think Anatak did some Quake stuff too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah.
didn't Breezy?
There's
do
a bunch
some
of
Quake
breezy
stuffing?
maps I need to play for Quake, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. You know what? Like that's the thing is like I was like which is the person that does more Quake maps? Brazeep or Pinchy? Because I always confuse them, and it's both. They
both.
both do Quake.
I really need to play more Quake. I've not played those. I'm woefully behind on my Quake content.
I kind of like just didn't like Quake single player very much.
That's because you're wrong.
That's
because you're trying to use the super shotgun as the super shotgun when it's actually the rocket launcher is the super shotgun. Once you realize that and adjust your weaponry rotation accordingly, Quake's gameplay becomes a lot less spongy.
I mean, while I play it, I do gravitate to the weapons that way, but yeah, it's it is an entirely different game. Obviously.
Well, obviously, yeah.
But like, yeah, Arcane Dimensions has been like my foray back into what the Quake modding scene has been doing, and it's fucking great. It's absolutely great.
Imagine your game coming with like a scripting extension language by just standard.
Yeah.
What a concept.
And I actually had to do some Quake C programming for Doombringer for like a lot of from like sound effect stuff, which I really need to get back on because I think we're heading towards a release of some kind just after the end of this year. And yeah, and like there's actually a pretty good syntax highlighter for Quake C in Visual Studio Code.
Hey, remember when we were working on Square? That was fun.
I was working on like an EDS syntax highlighter for VS Code, but I lost it.
Oh.
I worked so hard to make sure that all of the keywords were like contextual, so they'd only be highlighted if they were in the appropriate block.
How do you do that? Is it like with
That was some kind of gross hack. I feel like I hacked one. I think it was TextMate.
Yeah, TextMate was like the original syntax bit for it. Yeah. But then I think like they're kind of pushing people hard to use like their language server, which I can't really understand. I'm like, just give me the thing that like lets me highlight keywords and shit and delimiters and whatever. Just give me that.
Q
Come on,
Zone is
Microsoft.
pretty bad. So is H Zone. And this isn't? Like what?
I mean, you know what? Like a step of the technology step higher makes
It does. No, there is a thing that
makes like really bad. Like I mean, like
yes,
it makes like
yes.
like if you have bad maps, they're like somehow worse.
because
Like, the lows are
yes, yes, because the I've played this map for sure. Honestly, H Zone is better than Maximum Doom, probably. Yeah, I would say so, probably.
I definitely have. I think I got H Zone. I think
And I say that
have
as somebody who
H-Zone.
loves Doom and hates Heretic, except
Yeah.
for Faithless. Faithless was fantastic.
Oh yeah, fucking. You know what? I purposely did not watch your stream of Faithless because I
Because you
didn't
wanna-
want to
yeah,
be spoiled.
Yeah, no, it's fucking amazing. It's great. It makes me want to make something like it. That's how fucking great it is.
It is like
Yeah.
fucking Jimmy, you're an inspiration to other mappers. That's like he's a mapper's mapper, and people's mapper. He's both. Like I hesitate like using like the terminology as like comedian's comedian, right? Because like
No,
what is
that
it? Or-
absolutely exists. I'd say I'm a mapper's mapper, but that's only
Yeah.
because only other mappers ever play my stuff, because nobody ever finishes the rest of the project.
That's true. That was like I remember that Norm Macdonald quote. Is like he was like called the comedian's comedian. He's like, I like being called the comedian's comedian, you know, because that just means the audience can't stand you.
Yeah. There absolutely are people like that, though, where they get a lot more love from the critics and the people in the industry than
Oh, you get that in like tons of different fields. Like, I
music
mean,
is a
there's-
huge one.
yeah, in the indie development, game development community. There's definitely indies.
Yeah.
Like game designer. There's always that contingent. Like they're not gonna achieve consumer accolades, but they will be like, oh crap, this guy like pushed the medium to different places, and then that influences other people's work.
Yeah, that's always the one that gets a lot of love. That's big.
Man.
That's big in music, where like a lot of musicians will like some band that just makes the most unlistenable shit, but it's like okay, they like them because like this technical. I don't know, like the Butthole Surfers, even though Pepper's a very catchy song, it's like a band that just makes like, why the fuck would I listen to this? But like, they're beloved and listed as influential to so many people.
Yep.
I'm a butthole surfer.
I mean, so am I, but I don't brag about it.
No, that's a terrible Simpsons reference from Hurricane Nettie, that episode.
Toddle, whichever one of the two is,
Yep.
wearing butt
Yeah.
of his t-shirt.
Looking good, Todd.
Death Grips then? Yeah, kind of. I don't know. Guillotine's pretty catchy. It goes. The Shags, yeah, that's another one. That'd be a good example.
10 out of 10, The Money Store, Strong 10, Anthony Fantano, love you, Death Grips forever.
I mean, Death Grips falls under the category of like it's interesting, but I would never like listen to it. But I'm weird musically, like
Oh, that's the next discography you gotta listen to. All
the Death Grips. No, because I'd listen to. Here's the thing, music is the thing that she absolutely will like. Be like, no, I'm not doing this anymore with you, and then like, it's like it's the hardest to do just solo.
Yeah, it is.
If I don't like it, I mean, and I say this as somebody who's listened to the entire Nickelback and Taylor Swift discographies, it's really hard to just do it by itself.
I will say, like, there's one Taylor Swift song that I absolutely loved, but love, but not by her. Like it can't be her version of it. Is "Shake It Off," and I like the version.
I hate you so much right now.
No,
But I've only heard her version, so.
Yeah, the better version of it that I like is by this band called Screaming Females, and it's I think I probably mentioned them like years ago, but it was yeah, they made a cover of that song. At the time it was like for like the Onion AV Club, like they had like all the covers and whatever, and you can't find it anymore because like of probably licensing bullshit. But I think it's like definitely the audio version is up with their record company's label. But yeah, it's a good cover of it, and it's done by this like 3-person punk band, of which I known the drummer since high school. So the drummer of the band, and yeah. So look for "Shake It Off" by Screaming Females.
There you go.
That's a really good cover that Taylor Swift's on.
Also, music, especially when you're listening to music with another person, some really weird things can happen where, like, your opinion can be over. Like, it happens in all media, but like, I'll give you an example. Guided by Voices, we listened to the first part of their discography together, and I really was not feeling a lot of it. But then when I started listening to it by myself, I started enjoying it a lot more. And part of that is the albums do get better as time goes on. Like, there's definitely 2 high peaks of Guided by Voices discographies, but also just not having like the negativity of like, this is so basic, this sucks, like, why are we listening to this? Oh god, I hate this.
I wonder if you'll ever get around to like maybe like They Might Be Giants or something, because like there's definitely people that like their older stuff and don't like their newer stuff, and I'm kind of like, there was definitely a point where there was a dip, but then like a better part, and then like another dip, and it's a little polarizing.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
definitely am a type of guy who prefers the stuff up to John Henry.
Yeah, really? So like you're the guy who was like, as soon as they got the band, they lost something.
I don't think they lost something, because there's still like really, really good songs.
Yeah.
I mean, like, John Henry opens so fucking well.
It opens well and like makes you like think, holy shit, wait, is this a band? They don't have a drum machine anymore.
Yeah,
they don't have a... Yeah.
There's plenty of great songs, I just kind of have an easier time listening to the first 4 albums, however many it is, as 4 albums.
These are the things I know about They Might Be Giants. They made the Malcolm in the Middle theme song.
Yeah.
They informed us all that the sun was both a giant ball of gas, but also a miasma of incandescent plasma.
It's a that's a cover.
The gas one is, but isn't the sun is a miasma of incandescent plasma? It's not like a
The
original.
sun is a mass of incandescent
Yes,
gas,
that
like
one. But then they released like a follow-up once we discovered the sun was plasma.
Oh, I guess so. You know what? That could very well be. I know that they have like, what is it? Here Come the ABCs and Here Comes Science, like 2 like kids albums. But I know that song, "The Sun Is a Mass."
Yeah.
That's a cover from some I guess some other obscure children's album.
Right.
They're known for like obscure covers too.
Yeah. So that, and then also that Particle Man is smaller than everything else.
He does everything a particle can.
I
What's he
know.
like? It's not important. Particle
The
Man.
plasma song is great. The plasma song is actually referenced in one of my text screens.
Where is he a spec? When he's underwater, does he get wet?
Or does the water get him instead?
Nobody knows. Particle Man.
I mean, my first exposure was like that Tiny Toon Adventures, like animated, like they did like an MTV parody, but then they animated all like that stuff, and I was just like, what is this band? And they did like 2 TMBG songs. It was, but they were both, it was Particle Man, and then their other, one of their
Istanbul,
very,
yeah.
a very popular obscure cover, Istanbul, not Constantinople.
It was a pretty popular song the first time around, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it was by the 4 Lads, I believe. It's the they had they're I think not an a cappella group, but they're like a quartet.
All right, this
And
was
they-
Ralph 5.wad. This is Ralph New.wad.
Nice, Ralph New. And then what is it? Another hit that the Four Lads had was is that one that goes like standing on the corner watching all the girls go by. Standing on the corner giving all the girls the eye. Bet you can't think of a better occupation.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, neither can I.
There we go.
When you're standing on the corner.
That's a shame when you get
watching
fade
all
to
the
black.
girls-
Oh well.
Watching all the girls go by.
Somebody call this number. Let's see who picks up.
What are you throwing into? Oh,
503, 32.
Should I call this number right now?
what area code is 503?
Let's find out.
It feels like it would be middle of the country.
Let's see here.
Portland.
Portland. Ooh, I was way
Portland,
off.
Oregon.
Whatever. There's no such thing as long distance calling anymore.
I have 27 unread text messages right now.
Like you know what? It warms the cockles of my hearts whenever people dox themselves in text files and have friggin' advertisements in.
The number doesn't exist anymore.
Ah.
I don't know if you guys heard that.
Yeah, I heard it just a bit of it.
The number.
The number you have dialed has been disconnected.
I got the number or code you have dialed.
Oh. So banished CPU, not doing well.
No, poor banished CPU.
They were probably like a small like one of those like shops.
I'm amazed
that
it hasn't been
like
recycled into somebody's cell phone number or something. That's what I honestly
yeah,
expected
true,
to happen.
yeah.
I expected
You're
just
just
some
gonna-
random person pick up and be like, "Hello, who is this?" I'd be like, "This is just somebody calling your number because it's in like," and explain to them why I was calling them, and see what the fuck they said.
Who the hell is this?
Oh, that'd be great. If they got mad at me, I'd be happy. I'd be so happy. Like, I'm sorry to bother you on 8:20 on a Friday when you can't fucking do anything because you're in quarantine because of stupid ass fucking virus.
So it's an Oregonian number that is.
Oh, hold on. So I googled banished CPU Portland. And I found like an old Usenet thing.
Oh.
So it's a news group, alt.censorship.
Alt dot
Subject.
censorship. What?
Subject regarding banished CPU question. And this was posted June 29th, 1994. In article garbled gibberish URL, thing writes.
What is this thing placement? Gee, like, if this is a deathmatch map, geez, like, this is the first metal.wad.
There's a quote here. I saw about a month ago a magazine-style section in the Boston Globe on the internet and computing. One spread listed interesting sites, BBSs, or email lists emanating from each state. For Oregon, they listed banished CPU and called it a freedom of speech type operation. I haven't seen anything from banished CPU other than Nazi revisionism. Is it a this operation, or is it all a front for Nazi Boy and his friends?
Man, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Clip this, everybody.
Clip this. Oh, man, this is almost up there with the fascist bunny rabbit. Fucking maximum doom. Bringing back all the 90s Nazis.
Oh, those weird woodsy people in Oregon.
Ah. Keeping Portland weird, man.
Keep Portland weird.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh, it gets
Oh,
worse?
no.
Let it wash over you, everyone. Ah.
It would not be fair to accuse Ganon. I guess that's the guy who ran the place.
Of course his name is,
Ganon
of
villain.
course that's his name.
Chapter villain.
Of running a strictly denial bulletin board. He also offers files which claim blacks have smaller brains and rants against gays. In short, it is also a racist bulletin board. And Dan deserves...
Wait, hold on.
Jesus
Stop.
Christ.
I need to question some things about the person writing this report. We've established that it's a Nazi bulletin board, but then we need to add in that it's also racist, like
homophobic. I mean, it lines up, you know.
like it just seems to me like, by the way, the report on the
Redundant, yeah.
water is wet. Moving on with our
Awfully redundant, yes.
yeah, like wait, like you mean to tell me that the Nazis are racists?
That's a mind blower for me.
Yeah,
So wait, that's a phone number for a BBS that used to exist then, right?
I guess so. I really kind of
Yeah.
am upset that it doesn't exist and that I didn't just get to talk to a Nazi. That'd be amazing.
Who's this? Some Jew. Bye. Click.
Dude, I had a
oh
guy.
my God. Ganon's idea of freedom of speech includes support for banning Schindler's List.
You know, freedom of speech is great, but what it really needs is more government censorship in it. I also am a supporter of small government, except when I'm having the government overthrow an election and install a dictator, then, like, big government all the way.
Oh man. Oh, the stuff the shit you'll find in these old ass
I don't know why I did that to myself.
The fuck? Yeah, there's some other stuff about this guy.
Man, I'm really upset I didn't get to talk to this human being now. This would have been like Cole 2.0.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be able to like reach any person at that phone number then if it was a BBS. It's like, you know, it's a modem endpoint.
I know, but still. Imagine if that was now his cell phone number. What do I call a Nazi? I don't know. Somebody who's wrong?
That's what Twitter does.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Oh my lord! Like this is honestly this is what I live for. Like for the Maximum Doom streams, like finding like weird internet.
Oh no, I'm so upset that I didn't do the text files for Maximum Doom or the Maximum Doom 1 for the Doom 2 Maximum Doom stuff. I'm sure that we missed so many good gems. Oh, what do you call that? I mean, Chang hunting a bear. I thought he was talking about the Nazi. Oh.
That's what he was talking about. What do you?
I mean, you also call that wrong, which because we established that being wrong makes you a Nazi. I guess I'm not gonna say that on something that somebody could record. I was gonna say something following that, but you know.
Yeah.
Like FTP stuff, which is in alt.revisionism.
Oh lord.
Dot revisionism. But let's just say that being a Nazi is what you are when you're wrong, and chain gunning a barrel is wrong, and I chain gunned a barrel.
You're one of them Nazi Jews.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yep. Yeah, you said it, not me. That's all that matters. I did not say it.
The rare hybrid, the rare chimera.
There's like a 17-point breakdown of lies here. It's fucking pages. This is some vintage internet drama.
Wait, there's like a 17-page breakdown of what? Like what the guy was lying about, or?
No, like lies maybe from like the media or some shit.
That's what I just say to that. Fuck that cyber demon.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I feel like we can't go further down this rabbit hole though.
No, I mean you could keep going down that rabbit hole. I'm sure we get like, can we get to the Great Mud Flood? Who really built the cathedrals?
Lord.
Who really?
It's a history of Dan Gannon's lies.
It's a history
wait,
of
so
Dan
wait.
Gannon's lies, man. Dan
So wait,
Gannon.
So is Dan Gannon? So wait, he is he the Nazi? Or
Yeah,
is
Dan
this
Gannon's the
person-
Nazi, from my understanding.
Okay. All right.
On the Shofar FTP archive.
Alleged
file.
Nazi. Let's be fair.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Sorry, the alleged. We don't know.
Alleged.
I want to appreciate the Shofar FTP archive, like my Jewish-themed FTP archive. That's great.
Yeah, there you go.
Carving out a little corner of the internet, the early internet.
All you find is
Oh.
fascist bunny rabbits.
I would, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So, like, I'm just
Well,
saying, Matt. Due process is all I'm saying.
Due
we don't
process.
have proof yet that this man was indeed a Nazi. Okay?
Look, I'm outnumbered by two members of the Jewish faith here. So if you guys want to go ahead with whatever the heck you guys want to do, I, a Gentile, will sit back.
And
and-
I'm just saying. Hey man, you should be for it. Remember Bill Cosby when you were so on board with the
First of all, don't you dare like start putting words in my mouth. Look, I mean,
putting
okay,
words
you
in
know
your
what?
mouth. Hold on, you're the one who's like, let's wait till all the facts come out with Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just
the
saying.
facts were pretty terrible.
The facts were pretty terrible, and I was saying that too. But you were just making the point that sometimes due process needs to happen. And so
Okay,
I'm
alright.
just saying that let the Nazi explore all his legal options before conceding he's a Nazi. Yes, exactly.
All right. If a Jew is gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, I
then-
certainly am not. But it's just something that. Oh God, I love this. I love this right here. This is fucking fantastic. Just plastered everywhere.
I like the use of color.
Yeah, the use of colors.
Color in a wad that advertised a Nazi BBS. Ah,
I wonder if there's a YouTube channel or something dedicated to reading Usenet stuff. Probably is. There's probably some like history of the internet series out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, like it wouldn't be internet historian. He does a different thing. But like, I bet you there is like some kind of like, yeah, let's deep dive into some like weird ass Usenet user groups, and they're probably like all fucking shitty.
Is that in the top 10 Doom textures now? It might be making the list. Okay, the list might have been premature.
Oh god, it's everywhere in that room. What
It
the
is
fuck?
everywhere in there.
I think it was like one patch that was replaced, and then
It
it's just,
is,
like in
yeah,
every
yeah.
Usenet texture, yeah. Lord. Wow, what a trip that was.
Max doing his research to find us only the best Nazis.
Holy fuck. Oh, I love Maximum Doom.
Today on Maximum, top 10 Doom Nazis.
Top 10 Nazi BBSs.
Yeah, top 10 Nazis.
Tarns, I want to guess your top 5 Nazi. Top Nazi BBSs. Number 1, Storefront.
Does that
I don't
still
know if
exist, or is it like 90% FBI agents?
I don't know. I feel like that's like 90% FBI looking up all these like militant groups. I don't know. Fuck. That's the like the only one I've heard of that's just like.
Like, if the
there's a
FBI isn't
fucking
like
player
heavily
hosting-
in that, I would be amazed.
Yeah, I mean, like you could practically say that like every single like hate group has like one agent infiltrating it
I'm sure.
if they haven't been converted. But
What is this? Just
Lord.
battle axe arena?
Read the battle axe. It's pretty cool. I am.
Hold on.
Get it?
Hold on.
it's just, yeah, it's just like what? It's a sec. Wait,
Is that a?
okay. Like I thought it was.
So
gonna
is
be
the
like a
battle
person-
axe his dick?
No, it looked like it was going to be like a humanoid shape.
It is a human, dude. Here's his head. Here's his arm, like, resting on his hip. Here's his other arm, like, fucking British pinkying out. And then here's his feet and his horribly, like, grotesque torso that just, like, fucking extends forever.
This is a map of the master race.
Yeah, this is a
what they look.
Yeah, this is what the master race looks like.
What they look like. Wow.
So-
okay, so this.
Sorry,
this is
losers.
the best
Sorry,
wad of the whole
losers.
set.
Yeah, sorry, losers. This is what the idea. This is what peak
Fuck,
male
it looks
performance looks like.
Wait, is another one of these? Like, oh, hold on. a
This
second,
is
like,
Ralph
just a flash
Nude.
of auto-
This is Ralph New.
But like this is okay. Like this is like a. It looked like the flash of the auto map
Oh.
looked like it was another body shape.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
Sadly, that'd be great though.
My lord, what the fuck did we find on this?
We find the best things in Maximum Doom. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guarantee you that we would have found way more gems if I didn't foolishly ignore the text files in the first.
You didn't even have to look at the text file for that one. That was just clear as day.
Oh yeah,
Lots of
that
BB.
that's true. Yeah. Well, we didn't know what it was. I tried to call the number, it didn't exist. Then
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, like, our curiosity would get the better of us anyway, because a lot of, even, like, way back when, people saw, like, I guess Doom Maps as a way of, like, advertising, like, their shitty little, like, mom-and-pop computer shops and stuff like that. So, like, along with, like, you know, commission
okay,
projects.
let's all just appreciate that Max called them shitty little mom and pop shops. Disparaging small
Matt-
business owners, as always.
No, hey, how dare you? I used the clarifier shitty to put a dividing line between the good shops and the shitty shops. Hey, I support small businesses, all the coffee shops and all the
Oh, cool! It's this guy.
Other.
Is this Maniac? This is Maniac, right? Yeah, this is Maniac. That or it's a Sonic track. No, this is Maniac. This is certainly Maniac.
Michael McDonald should cover that song.
That's my Michael McDonald impression is just going. If I hear Yamo be there one more time, Yamo burn this motherfucker down.
What?
No, that's from 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's a.
The 90s has way more lost wads by a significant margin, I'd wager.
Yeah, oh, definitely. It was like when there was like a.
L and such, which is all gone.
Sorry, what were you saying, Max? I think I talked over you there.
Stuff like being hosted on AOL-ish hosting and the like, and it's all gone.
Also, I would
yeah.
argue that I mean, I'm not even gonna argue this. It's like I will say this is like a fact. There were just way more actual maps made in the early days, like just because everyone
Yeah.
fucking was just pumping out everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I mean, like the best WAD ever, if I hadn't like had it somewhere on a hard drive, would be lost to the sands of time on an AOL file server someplace.
Also, like that's a great example that like Matt and his friend grabbed a editor that literally didn't let them even make full maps, and then just made an entire megawatt out of it.
Yeah, we used the shareware version of Deep, and like and yeah, my friend Bill had the internet connection.
This is
and
RAM
he found it.
4x4. I feel like it's harder to make a map when there's standards. Yeah, that's a big part of it. Also,
Yeah.
I mean, this is
But this is-
definitely a heretic map.
Like it was like this is just such a cool time of like people just throwing shit in the wall and seeing what sticks, and that's where you probably get like, you know, like the big glut of what people liked, what people disliked in terms of like style, and then like there's like a bottleneck effect of the people.
Well,
that
we
stick
finally got a
around.
heretic map that's the exact fucking garbage I was expecting from a heretic map.
Yay!
And Max. will do.
Garbage heretic map.
Yeah. So.
About time. I'd expected to see one of these sooner.
Later.
It's really... Oh. It's not
Oh.
very good.
Fulbright and everything, except for like, you know, the little corridors that have like one little light level down.
I think I hate the wand more than the pistol. No, that's not true because the tome of power makes the wand usable.
Yeah, well, yeah, it turns it into like a somewhat rapid
Funny.
shotgun.
I don't know, but there's just something about the default one that makes it just I just get like I
That's not
hate
good.
this.
Pretty sound too.
It's, yeah. Heretic's sound design is what makes a lot of its weaponry not fun.
The fact that enemies are complete sponges is what makes a lot of its weaponry not fun.
Yeah, that too. But like, I want to say,
Heretics enemies are as spongy as Quake's enemies are.
yeah, but I want to say that the Kevin Schilder really stepped up his game in terms of like sound and music design in Hexen.
Oh
But
yeah, absolutely.
you have like a way limited weapon set.
Yeah.
Well, you have like the different classes, but it's still like a limited weapon set like throughout the game, which is I think is kind of unfortunate. But like everything just sounds really good and
Yeah.
atmospheric. And
Oh
I
no,
think
there's a
they're,
lot
like,
of there's really good feel in Hexen.
Oh yeah. That's why that's really why I'm a fan of Hexen. It has a way better feel.
I need to
if
finish
you
Hexen.
compare Heretic and Hexen, it has like way better feel than Heretic.
Yeah, it does. Doom 2 master levels. What were you on? Doom 1.
I'm really enjoying this beer. God damn, good on you, Japan.
They did good ones.
It's good beer. Kagua Blanc.
This is
Very good beer.
Rampage.wad. Does the wand shoot faster than pistol? Yes, it does. It shoots a lot
Yes.
faster than pistol, but I just hate it. I don't know. It just
Ram. Did you say Ram 4?
Ram 4 was the Heretic map we just played.
Rampage. A nice, complete reconstruction of the office where I work here in San Francisco.
I have played this. I've played this. Yeah, we've played this.
Shit.
This is the shooting spree map. This was a new
Oh,
Doom,
yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. I recognize this.
Yeah.
Take that, Cindy. Take that, Philip.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
This just, you know what? I never understood maps like this because these were just the least fun maps. Like
This
just
is
the
Raven.wad.
offices are just not fun layouts.
Probably more fun to make than play.
Yeah.
Trying to turn your office into a real life, well, no, the opposite of real life, like a location in a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
One of the nerdiest things I ever did, and I think I probably said it on the stream, was like I made a map in the build engine of what my parents knew. So like they were like renovating the kitchen in our house, and I was just like, okay, like what did you like wanted to, like how are you laying everything out? And I kind of like in Shadow Warrior of like all games, I like laid out something in the build engine that was like kind of like to scale of like what they could experience.
That's pretty cool. Honestly, that's cool.
I didn't get very far with it, but I was just like, hey, I'd be useful to my family instead of being a nerd.
No, certainly there's a lot of people who made real life locations because they wanted to like deathmatch there. Yeah, that's true. There's a fine. There's always a fine line with that kind of stuff.
Like, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's hard to interpret spirit behind the creation if it's not explicitly alluded to in you know whatever they release with it, like a text file. But yeah, like a lot of people were like, oh, hey, this is like kind of like, you know, the.
I mean, you know, if their text file is like, so now I can kill all these fuckers, then it's like,
yeah. But if it's kind of like, hey, we recreated this thing in Doom, and now I can deathmatch my friends in it, and it's like, okay, it's a lot more innocent. Yeah. It's corny, but way more innocent.
Also, the context of, you know, the whole history of, you know, one of the most horrible and iconic shooting events, and the connection to Doom, even though it was kind of tenuous at best.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, the media had a field day with that shit.
Yeah, fucking Jack Thompson.
Reactor 1. This is another case of a WAD that has obviously intentionally used Startan, but I'm so used to it being the default in Doom builder that I see, I'm like, this isn't finished.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a good one. Worst textures in Doom.
Worst textures in Doom.
Yeah, I can make a list of
We're
that.
discounting like A shitty and A stinky because
I'm not counting textures that aren't that don't
Yeah,
render.
the null textures.
Yeah, they're null
yeah.
textures.
It's whatever is the first one, but yeah.
Yeah, Sandy recently made a video about his house. That was cute. Now,
Yeah,
see,
that
if Sandy ended that video with like, and you know, here's this bitch of a wife of mine, and then like it showed like him shooting
She's
at
the
him.
archvile outside.
Yeah,
She's
that'd be fucking
the
like.
first building. She's the archvile outside of the first building. After you pick up the chain gun at the top of the stairs. No, but like that was like I don't know, that was cute. Sandy's an adorable Mormon man who loves H.P. Lovecraft stuff and used to write for Dragon magazine, or does he still write? Is that still published?
I think it's gone digital only and exists
That
in
makes sense.
capacity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Danger Core Room. Bad Dragon magazine.
Not Bad Dragon.
Uh,
I hate that I get that. I hate that I get that reference.
Dragon Plus, which is I think it's a purely digital one that Wizards rebooted a few years back.
Okay. I just hate that I get the Bad Dragon reference.
Yeah.
You definitely saw it in early 2000 websites being advertised in CD locations of some kind.
Apparently this has 2 new wall textures.
Yeah, I found one of them in the core room.
Shit! Does one of them have a phone number? For a free speech, quote unquote, BBS?
Oh my god.
What a find. What a find that was.
That was fantastic. I'm happy we found that.
That's going in the top 5 maximum Doom moments.
Vengeance.
That is a real Maximum Doom moment.
That is exactly the kind of weird shit you find in Maximum Doom.
Oh, nice.
Vengeance, Matt.
Oh, shit.
Vengeance.
I believe that's what the kids call environmental storytelling.
I'm just thinking of the ghost in Daggerfall that chases you around Daggerfall. Vengeance. Remember correctly, it's like the Murdered King.
Daggerfall is the second Elder Scrolls?
Yeah.
Yeah. The largest Elder Scrolls.
Procedural generation.
Oh boy.
This hole is something.
I kinda like it.
I kind of like it too.
Look at that hole.
That must have been hell on Biz Plains.
I mean, it's like I easily.
It easily did, but because the rest of the fucking map is a square room.
Yes, nothing.
Only because of the surrounding environment simplicity is that
Yeah.
even allowed to happen at the time.
Yeah. I mean,
See, here's the thing: people are already like guessing what's gonna be on the list, and I know I could say for certain that like a lot of things that people would be like, "Oh, that's surely on the list," probably won't be because I rate things that are boring as worse than things that are like just horrendously bad, but like at least in an interesting way.
yeah, this is like a like all of Tarnsman's top lists are kind of like a a delving into his psyche more than what's objectively good.
You can't objectively rate certain things like that. Unless you're me, then I
Yeah.
can do that. And if you disagree with me, you're
Oh.
objectively wrong.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. You know, that's how egotism works. That was Raven.wad. This is Reactor1.wad. Do a couple more. I have extra time tonight. She's playing whatchamacallit, Cyberpunk. Everything I've seen so far has been like, oh, well, okay. That's been my reaction. I don't know. I watched a car glide through like slide through a parking garage, and I'm like, oh, so it's like one of those kind of games.
It's
Or at least they seem willing to eat crow.
We literally just played this. Is this the same map that I just played? Oh, it is.
why
apparently.
would anyone eat crows? They're very, very intelligent creatures. Yeah, wait, I'm having deja vu.
I
What the fuck?
think I just did that. Have you
Yeah,
seen
the
the glitches? No, not yet. I've watched very little of her playing it. I watched like the first. I think it was like it was like a corporate office, and like one guy wanted to kill this woman because she was a bitch, but then like you get double crossed, and then like a Mexican dude takes you back to his pad, and you gotta go like find a lady in a bucket of ice or something.
Oh, apparently Reactor 3 is Reactor 1 but fixed because there was a bug that causes Reactor 1 to lock up Doom.
Ah, okay.
You wouldn't get that in the source port, I guess.
Isn't the random readme.wad?
There's just a random readme. It might be for a map that doesn't have a readme. That
I
the readme is called something else.
I dig that flight of stairs. That's just like if you were looking at it from like the modern mindset of like there's no way this could work in vanilla Doom. It's like motherfucker, it absolutely does. But it's just like a just chunk of detail in a very
Makes it look like
undetailed part.
Daggerfall. That's so funny.
It's Reactor 1.
I don't really like care like about stuff like that. I don't know. I've become increasingly just like old curmudgeonly like can't play modern games. Like a From Software purist. It's like the only modern stuff I play anymore. Sekiro is really fucking good. I started playing that.
Punch out with a sword.
It's fucking fantastic. I might delve into some like the Souls-like stuff.
Yeah, I really like the From Software's action RPG type of stuff.
Yeah, it's
I wonder if they'll commission another company to remake Kingsfield. Have you ever seen like the really early ones?
Yeah, I've seen Kingsfield. Yeah, that'd be something that'd be fun to see. I don't know. Like, I want to check out the Star Wars one.
Wait, you know what what game is actually made by From Software that just didn't make it to the States because like what was it? They didn't know how like America would handle it.
Oh yeah.
It was Metal Wolf Chaos, and I think
Chaos.
And I think like Devolver picked it up to publish in the States.
There's like an
Should I have Fortnite season I saw?
Yeah,
another one that I'm eventually gonna end up playing through is fucking Anime Souls. It looked fine from what I watched her play of it.
Was that
Code
that
Vein.
code?
Yeah.
No, Code Vein, yeah. But like the yeah. So
I
like,
messed around with the character editor to fuck around with some stuff. It's like it's absolutely fucking make your waifu game. I was like, all right, these people know exactly what the fuck their market is.
Yeah. Oh my lord. Yeah. So like, I mean, like it was like what one stunning thing was like, oh, Metal Wolf Chaos was made From Software. I guess like definitely before Miyazaki, and like when they were still like making like kind of like mech action games and whatever. But like, I think like what is it? Metal Wolf Chaos is like one of those games where that was like it was made for Xbox, and which is a rarity in and of itself for like a Japanese company, and then it was like not released in the States. It was like a Japan-only Xbox game, and they didn't release it in America or like outside of Japan because they felt it would be received negatively by Americans because of like how heavily parodied it is of like American, you know, like exceptionalism and culture. But
the happening trend now is Breath of the Wild types. That's so funny.
But like the weird thing is like we dig that shit. So it was like a huge cultural misunderstanding. We like love the like idea of America over America itself.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Fucking Jesus
Love
Christ.
seeing the president getting a fucking mech.
Oh yeah, if oh my god, you know what? Donald Trump is like the shittiest person on earth. But like if he got into a giant mech and solved problems that way, his approval rating would go up. Let's be
I mean,
absolutely honest here.
There's some people that you just like did so dirty with that statement, Matt. Like they worked very hard to be fucking terrible human beings, and you're just gonna let fucking the mediocre egotist fucking just trump them? Pardon the pun.
Yeah, you know what? If George W. Bush fought fucking Al Qaeda himself in a giant mech, his approval rating would go from like 90% to 95%.
He's really got a lot of. Ever since he started painting and Michelle Obama hugged him, people love him now.
He's like one of those like GWB is now like one of those guys that's just like okay, at the time
almost every former president gets like a post-presidency. We actually like this guy now.
Yeah, I don't see the same for Trump though.
I don't think that one's gonna happen. I really don't think that one's gonna happen. But most do.
But like GWB is just like yeah, George W. Bush is like kind of like he's like. Oh, at the time, it was just like, I thought the Republicans were, like, almost libertarian. They're authoritarian, too, motherfucker. Like, that was, like, it was, like, when even people that like the Republican Party for, like, actual reasons started turning on them, like, after 9/11 and whatever, with, like, all, like, all the shit that happened. And, like, their, like, Patriot Act and whatnot. But then, like, yeah, I definitely...
As a Republican, I verify that is what Matt said is absolutely true right there.
Yeah, and the thing is, and like now it's like after all like the fucking like Dick Cheneys that are not in the picture and all like the other war hawks and whatever thing, like I still genuinely believe that like Bush Jr. was like
no
actually
he legit, like, come on.
He
was very good at playing the laughable idiot, but no.
Yeah, he definitely was. But I was gonna say he actually gave a shit about the country in some way. But like,
I would argue that most people who run for president give a shit about their nation. Like most people believe that what they're doing is for like. No, I know that there's some exceptions, and recently with some of the actions that a lot of people have decided to fucking take. It's hard, but I think most politicians, I just don't think you can put your spirit and effort into it, even if your whole thing is grift. Like, you have to have some level of, like, I genuinely believe. Now, granted, there are some people who are just absolute soulless grifters, but I would say that the majority of people, like, no matter how much you disagree with them, they believe the things that they believe are right, and like will make like nobody's like I want to do this because I know it's gonna make people's lives worse. Like they believe like doing this will be better for more people than it will be bad for X. Like no matter who you are, like so I don't know. I mean, so that's probably why former politicians, because they're not crafting policy, generally are liked more because they have that quality of like I want to do good for people. And they mostly just do charity work and shit.
Yeah. So I mean, like, and like, it's just weird seeing like George W. Bush like paint now and whatever. But like when he when people like evaluate his like artwork, it's like, man, this guy is like kind of sad. Like he's like I get this melancholy from like all of like the stuff he does, and oh man, it's like it's hard to not like get like it's hard to not like find like sympathy for him in a weird way.
Oh god, human empathy. What the fuck's wrong with us?
Look, I gotta tell you, man. Fucking, I hate having empathy now.
Somebody clip that for me, would you?
I hate it. I don't know. Like, you know what? Like,
I'd play Bush's Doom maps. I've played Doom maps by people who I also find reprehensible, so why not?
Yeah. No, I guess so. Like, yeah, Sir Jonimus is like, yeah, that, and also people like look at Trump and think like, oh, I remember when W was evil, and they get like nostalgic. But like,
well,
I don't know.
the immediate always will like seem better or worse. Like people always overvalue the now than like the past.
Yeah.
Like every president's suddenly the worst president ever, despite the fact like the actual people who hold that title, it's like they're so hard to beat. Like
Yeah, like Andrew Jackson.
no
like,
one is
people.
beating Andrew Johnson. Like it's just you can't. Like him and James Buchanan, like in order to beat them, you'd have to like they were so bad.
Yeah. I don't know, like
Hoover's another one that like there's no one's beating. Like even Andrew Jackson, who was a monster, like was still
Trump's pretty bad. He's up there.
no, not even like not even close. Like
Really?
because
I
people
don't know,
forget
man.
just the level of batshit insanity that was like politics back in the day because it wasn't. Remember when Woodrow Wilson had a stroke and we didn't have a president for a year and a half?
Oh, that's right. His like wife basically took over.
And
but, like,
the entire White House basically was like, nah, he's fine. He's totally fine. No, you can't talk to him.
Yeah,
like,
it was a Weekend at Bernie's scenario.
it was
really
100% that happened. Like that would never happen nowadays. People would be like, are you shitting me?
No, okay, you know what? Honestly, I feel like with the Republican Party these days, they just like actually be the ones to be like, okay, like, look, I found good twine that we can like make him look like he's still moving his arms. Like they'd be in on it.
We got the wax model.
What
from,
president did the Trail of
Oh, yeah,
Tears?
like
That was
they get-
Andrew Jackson. Yeah, Andrew Jackson's up there. Andrew Jackson. But
Yeah,
see, here's the
Jackson
thing.
Sucked.
Here's the thing with Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson is a terrible, but Andrew Jackson was a really important president, and a lot of things like federal power and like the actual like enforcement of the supremacy clause and a whole bunch of like things that are kind of critical for functional government wouldn't exist without Andrew Jackson being a maniacal psychopath who used his entire political career to fuck over Henry Clay. Because Henry Clay said something mean about his wife one time, and then he blamed him for his wife's death.
There was a lot of petty shit that happened way back when.
Oh, there
That,
absolutely
like,
was.
Newspapers would like run like this guy fucks dogs and shit like that.
Buchanan's hard to top. If Trump succeeded in getting an election overturned, that would instantly catapult him towards the top. But like, you have to judge what they actually accomplished, and that's where the people in the past have just such a big lead. Like
Yeah. Well, I
Andrew
mean, like-
Andrew Johnson undid all like everything. The good things that came out of the Civil War were undone by Andrew Johnson. Like
Yeah.
it's
I
hard to
feel like-
argue with the guy who like produced 100 years of fucking over the nation. Like
Yeah. I like when we look back, like I think like the Trump presidency is just gonna be like this like flat line. Like it's not even a blip on the radar. It's just like a flat line of like.
I would like if you
Shit
asked
that
me of the
didn't
last
happen.
5 presidencies to where to rank it, it'd be like middle of the pack. Because in terms of like conditions of the country, like you know, Bush oversaw the great collapse.
Yeah.
2 wars that one is still going on. He implemented the Patriot Act. And then, you know, number 4, I would argue Obama, just because, you know, whether or not you like him as a person, expanded most of the terrible stuff Bush did.
Yeah. A lot of
Bombed
executive
just
power.
as many people needlessly. Nobody complained about it because he had a D next to his name, but he was Mr. Drone the fuck out of him. Libya, the rise of ISIS. I mean, there's plenty of just like, wow, that actually a lot of terrible shit happened there. Economic stagnation, you know, all that, so.
Yeah. I guess like yeah. You always have to like evaluate.
You have to
based on, like,
evaluate
your
what,
previous
like-
history, Yeah. And like always, everything like in the moment always feels shitty because it is happening.
Yeah, it
to
always
us.
feels shitty, and you have to also evaluate, like, there's a difference between like, as a leader, there's a good argument that it's the worst president we've had, as a leader.
Yeah.
Like, there's a legitimate good argument to be made there. But then you also have to look at, like, what that led to, and there's this weird thing where somebody being horribly incompetent ends up not being that big of a deal because they just don't do anything. They don't fuck it. Like, it's hard for them to fuck anything up because they can't stay on one thing long enough to actually do it.
Yeah. I like, you know what? I feel like even the Trump presidency wouldn't be so bad if he just like if he just like kept up appearances and just like made other people do shit. Like he could have had the easiest job in the world.
Oh, yeah,
and he
sure.
still was like it's like, no, I gotta have a say in everything. because I gotta satisfy my ego about shit. And it's like
Buchanan was a
listen,
terrible
buddy,
leader. Buchanan absolutely was a terrible leader. I fully agree with that.
It's like Trump could have like just gotten in. He got in on like populist rhetoric, and then like he just could have just coasted.
Yeah.
He could have just coasted, and he didn't.
Well, that's because that's the same thing with all of his business ventures. He's a great salesman,
Yeah.
and then he fucks it up. This was recant.wad.
Thank fuck.
Alienating all the Trump supporters in the. There's a bunch of patches that no longer exist in this, so this is gonna be fun.
Recant 1.1 is a heretic wad by fucking. It's by John W. Anderson. Doctor Sleep.
Wait, really?
We're
You made a
definitely
heretic
playing.
mod?
We're definitely playing the Doctor Sleep heretic wad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fucking.
Good.
May he rest in peace. Pour one out for an old homie.
Yeah, right. We're definitely playing this. Where does Hoover fit in? Hoover is pretty high in the list of terrible presidents.
Well, I mean, because of him, we have the term Hoovervilles. So.
It's hard. Like that's what I'm
Pretty
saying.
bad.
Like there's things in like everything in the past, like just horrible levels of human suffering that we don't appreciate just how shitty things were in certain like even now we have a plague going on. Like this in terms of human plagues is really, really, really mild. Like.
I mean, like in terms of like say like the what is it, the Spanish flu?
That
was, like,
killed
during...
50 million people.
Yeah. But like still, you know, wear a mask.
Yeah.
Wear a
sure.
mask and
I'm not saying. I'm
wash
not
your
saying.
hands.
Yeah.
Wear a mask, wash your
Yeah.
hands. We have modern medicine these days and a lot of knowledge that we didn't have all the way back when the Spanish flu happened.
Also, socially distance. Don't just think that because you're wearing a mask, being 3 inches away from another person, yelling at them. Like, come on.
Yeah,
You're-
you
first
close
of all,
talkers need to back the fuck up.
You're not wearing a medically approved mask. You're wearing a piece of cloth. Like, let's
You're
be
wearing
honest.
an
here.
N90,
Yeah.
an N90 or a carpentry mask. You're not wearing, or like a piece of cloth that your mom sewed you.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
my mom was really good at. She used cotton, which is very absorbent, and I have reusable masks. And also, I think Hanes made a bunch of like cloth masks, and I don't know. They're okay.
See,
for,
I feel like we've been
really-
just presenting one side in this, so let's also be fair and acknowledge that everything is a gigantic conspiracy that's part of the deep state to control all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the deep state and everything, and that one Texan that's filing suit that has that the Supreme Court said had no standing. He's also in the right for the election, and the election's a scam, and blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah, there we go.
Ugh.
Perfect. There you go.
Strange times.
Strange times indeed.
Strange times to be alive.
There we go.
That's the what is it? That's
Oh,
the,
and then just really important because we need to just keep it like really fuck the police, fuck the state, fuck you, and hippity hoppity get the fuck off my property.
hippity hippity hoppity, get the fuck off my property.
That's my political playbook. Fuck all those things, get the fuck off my lawn.
Not in my backyard. That is a good song, Egga Boy. What is it? That's the first track on
Straight Outta
on the
Compton.
new Gorillaz album.
Oh, hippity hoppity get the fuck off my property or what?
No. I was like, we're talking about like, oh, I said like strange times. That's
Tread
the,
on me, daddy.
Step on snake harder. The first track on what is it? Fuck. It's the new Gorillaz album. It's
Where do
season
I
one of
go?
the Song
Like,
Machine.
did I pick up a Wings of Wrath or like what's going on here?
We've hit those switches on the start platform.
Yeah,
Holy
did you-
shit! No,
did
I
you, like, walk off the
I
start?
jumped off the start platform and I figured.
Uh-oh, Mr. Dr. Sleep. We're gonna have to demote you to Mister.
Yeah, he just lost his doctorhood after that. Come
Just
on.
lost his doctor.
How can you lock critical progression onto a part of the map you can't get back to? Like what?
Mr. Anderson.
I mean, it's within the first 30 seconds, so...
Yeah, it's
I
like
know.
one of those. I wonder where this map though is in his entire timeline. Then I
Oh.
wonder.
It's after Dante's Gate, it's after crossing Acheron at least.
Hmm.
Is that where
dated-
Zazer gets his name from?
I wonder. We didn't ask him. We never asked him.
I know he loves Dr. Sleep Maps.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't
Oh.
though?
Is Doctor Sleep American?
I think so. John Anderson.
Sounds pretty
Okay.
sweet.
It's just, trying to decipher date format. That means it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot the rest of the world are barbarians
Uh,
when it comes to date formatting.
I'm a very year, month, day person.
I'm
Yeah,
a
sorts.
very year, month, day person too because of computer filing systems.
Yeah, it sorts. It sorts better.
It sorts better. It sorts way better. I agree.
But yeah, this was dated for the 3rd of May, 1995.
Still very early in his, He's he's an American game designer, level designer, and writer, according to the Doom Wiki. The real one, not the crappy one on Fandom.
That finally doesn't come up first when I Google Doom Wiki.
Yeah, it's great. We won. We won, everybody. We fucking won. Mission accomplished. Get on my flight suit. Stand on that carrier. Mission accomplished. What mission? We just accomplished it.
If we won, we won. Doom Boy 2000 has finally been vanquished. That's who maintains the fandom one, right?
I think it was, yeah.
Who maintained it?
Doom Boy 2000.
Oh, Doom.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
made really, really awful.
That was the guy who made 10,000 levels the megawatt, or 100,000 or whatever it was.
Lord. Hold on.
He is the Viper of Doom. The rapping Viper, not the AoE Grand Champion Viper.
Be right back.
Yeah, what an absolute legend. Sure, Jugga Jugga.
Jugga Jugga. Okay then.
I don't know, I have some save file names, okay?
Disclaimer with this WOD. I assume no responsibility for anything of any sort in any way, shape, or form, now, then, henceforward, in this life, or the next several, for any screw-ups, or even minor instances. This PWOD causes you, your family, your relatives, friends, ancestors, associates, employers, pets, neighbors, lovers, congressional representatives, nor any other person, living, dead, or undead, that you will have or will ever have any contact with in even the slightest form. This PWOD has been tested ad infinitum, so it shouldn't mess with your computer or anything else remotely associated with it. But if it does, then that's the way the cookie crumbles. Don't come crying to me. It must be something you did. If you don't like it, lump it. I ran out of cliches.
That's the verbatim, right?
Yes.
Okay, alright. We're gonna make sure. What a legend. This is a cool room. This actually is better. This is a great bathroom towel room. Like, no joke. Jimmy, I think you've been out bathroom towel, bro.
It's
It's very good.
pretty great.
It's actually really good. I fucking hate tornadoes. I hate tornadoes so much. Can tornadoes just like fuck off? I'm just pretty sure no one likes tornadoes. Find me somebody who likes tornadoes.
They're probably one of, if not the single most reviled mechanics in Heretic.
I'm just in general, like, even storm chasers probably aren't that big a fan of tornadoes.
Alright. Third drink of the evening, everybody, is just standard old New Jersey tap water.
Oh, I was gonna say, Matt.
No, it's filtered tap water. Thank you, Rita, for filtering my tap water.
I just think I think YouTubers rapping is corny and dumb. Yeah, not just rap. I mean, most like crossover content like that generally ends up being corny and dumb.
Rice gum sucks ass.
What?
Never good.
Did you say rice gum sucks ass?
Yes.
What does that mean?
No, the rice gum is a. He was like a YouTuber that's like just.
I am so happy that I do not have like most of the knowledge that you people
Yeah.
like fucking drop on. Like, God, like, you know, like people always worry about getting older and not being with it anymore. Like, no, I'm so happy that I'm not with it with so many of these things. Like, people tell me about stuff, and I'm like, God, I'm so happy to just be a curmudgeonly old man.
I mean, like, yeah, it's same here, but like there are definitely
Fuck.
like. There are definitely like I don't know, like it's just because I only know what Rice Gum is because he had like what, like millions of subscribers, but like people like generally have like turned on him completely. Like he's like just never have.
I was
has been
for
good.
this room, but this push sector kind of sucks. Not gonna lie.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah, but it's
Sparrow's
all water, but it's on a push sector. So I'm being like thrown around as I'm moving up this water.
Heretic, I think, has only like 2 directions of like scrolling, like 2 directions of like pushers. I think, which is really strange.
Oh, how do I do the inventory? This is the full health one, right? Yeah, it's full health. Okay. I thought that was.
Big ol'
What? I think that was Hexen exclusive.
I'm glad, you know, I want to shout out, what is it, Squeeba or Ryath, whatever he goes by, when he made, Unbeliever, which was like that map set that was like the first episode was inventory centric, and the second episode was like line limitation, like 100 lines. It was like a megawatt of Heretic maps that was done for like Nano Wadmo, I think a year ago, and I think it is probably one of like the best like Heretic sets I've played, because like it leaned into using inventory. Like it just plays to like Heretic strengths.
Yeah.
Also, that's a good call, Egg Boy. Frank Jab C. That's like one of my favorite.
That's the how to make blank guy, right?
Yeah, he is. But like, I mean, I think he hasn't been making too many YouTube videos as of late because I think he was like busy, you know, doing like DJ sets and stuff around the LA area or wherever he goes. But
Good for him.
good for him. Absolutely
This
good for
year?
him. Maybe not this year. I don't know what he's doing this year.
He
but,
certainly isn't doing it this year.
Certainly not. But but like as of like.
Didn't that guy come to my stream once?
Who? Frank Jab C.
No, that Ken Ashcorp. I think that was on my stream,
Oh.
if I remember correctly. What's going on with this door?
I also like Hot Dad. What is his name? Eric Helwig. He also does like. He's also like, what is it? If you've ever played the game, Hypnospace Outlaw. He's the Chowder Man.
Every
that's,
word
his,
you
like-
just said to me made less sense than the next one.
I know, but like.
Like Matt, every word you just might as well have just spouted complete gibberish at me. Like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
I said Hot Dad, who is Eric Helwig, who's like been around since like very like late 2000s, late 00s, in terms of like YouTube or whatever. But like he was like hired to be like a character and like provide a lot of music for Hypnospace Outlaw. And I know like was like the guy who made it, Jay Tholen, personally, and.
It's like a Kid Rock parody. Oh, there's another discography that's gonna be miserable to eventually listen to.
Oh yeah, but like like the Chowder Man is kind of like he got that name because of like, okay, in the fictional universe he was like sold some kind of like soup commercials would assume like via commercials, and that's like how he got his like notoriety. But like, I don't know, he's just like a great character, and he's the actual artist, Hot Dad, Eric Helwig, is like very early internet and like
I'm gonna be
really
so
cool,
fucked if I don't get out of here. Jesus Christ.
super cool creative person, and I'm definitely a fan of him.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. I need to
I
fix
lo-
my inventory keys thing.
Fan of Hot Dad.
God, Molitor sucks so bad.
I
Heretic
never-
has terrible enemies.
I never quite know how much hit points they have. It just feels like a surprise when they die.
They are the spongiest of fucking sponges sometimes, I swear. Oh god. I don't know why any of my hotkeys don't work anymore. Oh, because that's right, I was playing Faithless and GZ Doom, so... This is LZ Doom, so nothing's gonna work. What is swim down? No, no, no. There we go. And, yeah, there we go.
You're playing an LZ Doom? Why?
Cause I like Legacy Z Doom. That's my non-OpenGL port. It's for the same reason I used WinRAR for that was to fuck with Dew, so I'm not gonna say that.
You used WinRAR specifically to fuck with Dew.
Okay, so like, yeah, Dew had like some comment once because I uploaded something as a RAR like in 2011, and he's like, "Why do you use RAR?" And I'm like, "I don't know, because it's what I have." And he's like, "Use 7-zip," and then I just like for like the next 5 years, every time I sent him a map set to playtest, it was always as a RAR file.
Oh.
You can make RARs with 7-zip.
I'm sure you can. I specifically used WinRAR just to fuck with him.
Oh.
7-zip like could decode RARs but not encode.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I stand corrected.
Yeah, no,
They
he
can't
was
make
he was
RAR.
just more mad that the file name ended in .rar. And I was like, yep.
RAR is the extension of the Russianware site.
Well, that's probably why he was upset. He's got to be reminded
Yeah.
of communism.
Communism, yeah. A bit of a sore subject over there in Europe.
Especially in Eastern Europe, especially in the Czech Republic.
Quite so, yes. Especially in Poland, especially in the Czech Republic, especially in any place east of half of Berlin.
Yeah. Really, not very good things happen.
Not very good things at all.
Did I just miss like a key or something? I feel like I fucking just missed something in this room over here.
I'm all about that 7-zip.
Well, that's
It
what I
is
use.
very good.
That's what I used for actual like being an adult and using things.
Yeah. That's the probably like if I ever reinstall Windows, that's the first program I pretty much install.
When's
Just
the next
about.
evolution of the WAD coming out?
Who the fuck knows?
Um,
Evolution of the WAD Maximum Doom episode.
oh,
I mean,
Fridays I do that.
Friday.
I'll likely stream tomorrow and play either some more Abyss or I might just play Luminary. It depends.
Oh, like, Abysm? The
The Jazz Master thing.
oh yeah.
I'm really liking that. I'm liking that. Here's the thing about that. There's so many cool things in it. I feel like the level design is a little basic. I feel like if the level design was stronger, it would be like amazing. But
That is unfortunately the verdict I also have.
yeah,
Because like the thing is, you know what? For what rankles me about like most really excellent modders is that like their
mapping design
falters.
isn't as good as their modding stuff. Yeah,
I want to say their mapping is very utilitarian. It serves the rest of the mod
yes,
rather
yes,
than
yes. And I feel
rather
like that
than,
can I feel like that can let
Yeah.
the mod down sometimes. That sometimes you need to do things that aren't as efficient, that aren't as, you know. And that's true for all things. Like, I'll give you, like, here's an example because, you know, Matt's the guy who hates fun and square, for example.
How dare you?
But a good example would be, like, a lot of things that Matt says no to because they like the functionality of it, but then ends up being like, okay, well, like, all right, fine, that's fine. Because, yeah, there is always going to be that. If you're dealing with the technical side of things, you're going to view things with a little more of a technical eye.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. It's a fair point to make. But, like, I don't know. Like, the thing is, though, I have enough experience in, you know, like, just the mapping bits and the tech bits that it depends on my mood where I am. Yeah, like, or what I have to deal with. Because, like, either I'll think of things in terms of, like, technological, efficiency versus...
If you're doing everything yourself is kind of what I'm saying. So, like...
Right, yeah, okay.
Not that you as a mapper are victim of this. I'm saying that, like, if you're doing the technical stuff and the mapping stuff, it's more likely that you're going to be influenced by the technical side in the mapping side. Whereas if you're just doing the mapping and you're not dealing with, like, oh, I spent all this time and effort on this, let me make sure everything I'm doing serves this.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Like, if I spent, like, 6 hours working on a texture, I'm going to feature that texture.
Actually, that's also the, what is it, the main critique I have about Shrine and, to a point, Hedon. Because a lot of, well, especially in terms of, like, Hedon, the art direction, like, the maps serve the art rather than than like the mapping or like the actual like gameplay. And same thing with like Shrine in a lot of places, but I don't know, as like Scumhead et al are getting better at
good name, by the way,
making
Scumhead.
Stuff. Yeah, that's
it's not quite washing machine enthusiast or punch you in the face, man. And I'm not just saying that because punch you in the face, man, is in my chat. I'm just saying that because it's a fucking great name.
Punch you in the face.
It's a great name. Like, it's, I mean, it's a shame that Moon. It's a shame that Moon Iguana didn't end up doing anything in the Doom community because there was another great name.
But like, yeah, there's a. Yeah, it just makes me sad when like, oh, I mean, like even Terminus-esque was kind of like that with his map design. Like, but he knew that, like...
Came up when I was 16, I mean. Sometimes the things of youth produce the best things. I don't know. I find that the older I get, the more I appreciate, like, childish shit, if that makes sense.
It's either... I would say it's either a nostalgic thing, or it's like you appreciate the lack of like, having, like, an adult bias. Like, because, Because, like, when you get older, it's like, this is how things should be. Meanwhile, when you're young, you have, like, no frame of reference, and sky's the limit in terms of creativity.
This is Riker 11.1.
And, like, crazy decisions made, especially with, like, creative stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, creative stuff. But then, like, yeah, it's like, we build by our own biases over time. And that's, like, what kind of, like, galvanizes us. And like, whenever we see stuff that's, you know, not what we're used to, it's like, what the heck? Kids these days and it's stuff I don't understand. And it's like, yeah, that's what happens. But like, I don't know. I'm trying to
Can I do this?
That.
This is so hard. Okay, I did it.
What is this map?
I did it. It actually wasn't as hard as I thought. But if I was playing in a non-GZ Doom port, it would have been a lot harder.
Yeah, because of, like, yeah, the infinite.
I would have taken some damage there.
Though in a weird way, when you look at, like, Sigil, by John Romero,
there is a childish aspect to Sigil that I love.
It's like, it's I would say it's definitely, since it's produced outside of the modding community, it has this outsider art feel to it.
Yes, yeah.
But it's also like a game designer making Doom maps. Like he has very clear ideas and gimmicks in each map he makes, and that is what becomes the defining elements of Sigil, rather than like anything like we're used to seeing. Because like I don't know, I still like see our community as like being post Eric Alm scholars, or at least that's what becomes popular in terms of like, map design. But like, along comes Romero, coming back and just being like, I'm gonna make some Doom maps, and you say this is not as limiting as original Doom? Cool. And he like makes episode 5, and yeah.
Still wish he'd make something for Doom 2.
Yeah. But I mean, like he's probably very, very much connected to Doom 1, because that's like where he probably feels most nostalgic, right?
Moldy has that feeling as well. Yeah, Moldy has good outsider art for him.
Oh yeah, fucking Syriac. Yeah, holy shit, Moldy. Like I mean, like I mean, I always say this all the time whenever we talk about
that
Moldy,
you couldn't believe it was. Yeah.
I'm angry that his maps are that good.
I don't think I've ever been angry at somebody else's map being good.
I mean, like, it's anger. It's like one of those like, oh man, I'm glad that they're good maps, but it's like it's anger because it's just like this guy hasn't been in the community that like present like that long, but like but like you know what? It's like you know what happened? It was like I saw like the Eye, which was like the thing he made before going down. And I'm just like, this is very artsy and very detailed and whatever, but it plays like not that great. And it's just like
Matt absolutely gets a little like tilted by other people's mapping. Like it impacts him like in a way,
I don't I don't think I would use the word tilted.
I mean, it's not always tilted, but you certainly are impacted by other people's maps. Like if you see somebody who maps a lot, by your own admission, my dad. It's not like I'm like making this up. By your own admission, that if you see somebody who makes a good map, there's a certain level of like, crap, why can't I do that?
There's like it's either tilted or it's like kind of like I think in terms of like say Moldy, it's more like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not. It's like there's like a little bit of a jealousy. There's a little bit of a jealousy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was just saying.
Yeah, because it's like the guy is like coming from outside and like he still makes cool stuff, and it's like not. I mean, it's like it doesn't mean like you know what? Okay, so a better word may be territorial.
Sure, whatever makes you sleep at night, dude.
Don't be like that.
I mean,
But like, it's yeah, I don't know. It's I fully admit it is entirely what is it? It's entirely irrational of me. It's just like that. It's like just that.
No, I think it's because it's something that like game design and all that for you. Like for me, it's a hobby. It's straight like it's something that I never would ever want to be a career for me. This is something I do for fun. It's like gardening or surfing or just something where I can exercise things outside of work where I have to fucking worry about little details and shit, and I can just have fun with it. So there's not like because like if it's something involving work, like no, that's not true. That's not true because if I see somebody who does a really good job on something in like construction, like I'm really happy. Like I called a guy once because I think I've told this story. The shoring engineer did like the best set of plans I've ever like they were so good. He had dimensions off PL. He had every beam to every beam. He had the beam sizes. He had like a detail like this is how far my waterproofing is. I have this 1/4 inch here. I have this. It was so good. It was so fucking good. And I was just like, look at these plans. They're so good. And I called the guy and I like literally called him and was like, dude, I want to thank you for these plans because they're some of the best plans I've ever seen. He's like,
yeah, man, fucking awesome. Good on you. Because like not many people do that.
They were so good, and like, that's me speaking of things. Like, I'm so happy that there's a dimension on the plan. Like, You told me how
Yeah.
thick your waterproofing design is. It's constructible. I love you.
Yeah. Like the thing is, like, I don't know if I would like want to like do this sort of thing as like a career.
I don't know,
or
but
whatever,
I get the
like,
I get the
mean,
competitiveness to it because like I get competitive, but
it is.
there's absolutely a competitiveness to it. But
There's
I don't know.
definitely an unspoken competitiveness. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's harder for
Yeah.
me to do that with something like Doom, where again it's more of a thing I just do for fun. It's a lot easier for me to just sit back and appreciate like, oh wow, that's really fucking awesome. I'm glad you did this.
Yeah.
What can I learn from this thing that I can like take away and like apply some of my own ideas to it?
Oh yeah, like I'm definitely like, I will freely admit that none of my ideas feel original. I'm definitely like a more of a remixer than like a very original person.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like that. I think.
Yeah, like everything's a remix.
Everything's well because
so-
we're all influenced. Like no one is ever not influenced by something. This room feels very much like the end of a Hell Revealed 2 map.
Yeah.
There was like a Cyber Demon in it. I think it was a Hell Revealed 2 map. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's like insanely oppressive in terms of like monster placement, yeah. Hell
No,
Revealed's
it's
a
not.
very good
It's
thing
not
to draw from.
oppressive in Monster Placement at all. It's just the structure of it reminds me of that.
Well, like, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like
Why don't I have a chain gun?
there
You-
definitely is like a jealousy, but then it's also like a feeling of like, oh, cool. This guy outside of the community made something really cool. But he's like, you know, he's known for other artistic and creative stuff. So it's like it's cool to see like that crossover between worlds, and that like Doom is still like a expressive medium to people outside of it, and that's also good to see.
This is
So,
RIP 2.wad. It's likely gonna be the last one we do tonight.
So yeah, a lot of complex feelings. A lot of complex feelings. at least.
It
at least
plays
to
on
me.
E1M4 of all maps. Okay. I guess it's because they wanted the music. Oh. What?
Oh,
No player start. I think it's deathmatch only.
hot damn.
We finally found a deathmatch map that doesn't have a player start. Okay, let's play RIP 3. See if this has. There's like 8 RIPs.
How good are you at staying on ledges? Test your skill of such in this.
Is this a remix of Ledges.wad? Please tell me it's a remix
I
of
don't,
Ledges.
I don't know, but it's an E1M2.
Oh, no.
Oh man, that would
Oh.
be so great.
Oh.
That'd
Is
be
this a
so-
deathmatch map? Why? Like, this is some Agaz.wad shit. And this doesn't even damage you, really?
Single player, yes.
And there's a start. There's no monsters.
How does this not like explode the Vizplane limit? Holy shit!
This one, because it's all one light level, and look at, like, the bottom planes are very, like,
All right.
hidden by the top planes. Because
I mean,
remember,
at
it's
the top
gonna
of the
it's gonna
pillars.
merge a lot of the upper planes. How it splits
yeah.
them. Yeah. I can see it. It's fine. I mean, it's fucking awful, but it's fine. This was
It
RIP
took
3.
3 hours. Hey?
It took 3 hours to make. I could make that in 10 minutes. That could be my actual 5-minute level, and not a joke where I paste in like a gigantic level at the 4-minute 39-second mark. Or what? Or what was it? A 10-minute level? What was it?
I don't know. But like,
Rip. Oh,
This is RIP 4.1. Dude, just. Oh, this plays in Hangar. This is it. What did they change? I can walk out of the windows. I can walk out of the windows is what they changed. Please tell me that's all they changed. Please tell me the only thing they changed is they lowered those windows. As far as I can tell, that's the only thing they actually changed.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, okay, they added all this. Okay, there's more stuff. How do I get there?
We had just a gigantic ass rectangle at the top of
Yeah, what's
at
this
the
actually
top
look
of the
like?
western wing.
Oh, there's 2 of the what? There's 2 now. But why? Can I do it?
Double hanger.
Double hang? What does that mean? What's a double hanger?
Double
just-
hanger.
Just double hanger.
It's a double hanger. Oh, okay. I see what you do. So see,
Doobly.
I walk in there, and that teleports me to the other hanger, right? And then if I come over here, who's a community member who that recently plagiarized his first entire map set? That was Scorpius, and yeah, that was something. Oh, okay. And then I just opened that. All right. Well, that was rip 4.1. Let's give the last one we played. We're gonna end on. I really should get through all the rips, but I'm not gonna. That was God, we're making a lot of progress on Maximum Doom. I actually might be able to finish in the next stream.
Yeah, quite
Sweet.
possible.
Quite possible. Yeah. All these were made by I think the same guy, right? Yeah, Jeremy Dyer, Nick Tucker. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, Scorpius was the guy who plagiarized his entire first Megawad. And
Fantastic.
it was you know, I feel kind of bad for the guy. Here's the thing about it though. It wasn't like he just copied other people's work. Like there's two levels of plagiarism. There's taking inspiration too far, and then there's like I just took something that's somebody else's and you know, put it in a map set.
A folder full of snippets.
Yeah, yeah. There's the tormentor plagiarism, and then there's the starting out mapping and like wearing your influences on your sleeve. And I'm not gonna say that like there's no value in somebody editing an existing map and kind of trying to like deconstruct it and put their own flair on it. There's a lot of value that comes to that, but it's kind of like with sampling in music. There's a, you know, you can't be Vanilla Ice. There has to be a point where you put your own, like, you know, you have to do something else with it. And Scorpius didn't do that, and a lot of his stuff was very, very much just something plus, like, a few minor additions. And that's unfortunate. I think if he did all that in 1995, it probably would have not been even looked at with any sort of ire. But in 2019, it was last year, right? That happened?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, in 2019, there's a little bit more like, dude, what the fuck? So, especially because tools are so much, it's so much easier to mess around with stuff. You know, back in the day where it's like just drawing another sector on a map was like, oh my god, look what I did. Oh
Yeah.
god, it's amazing. Yeah, so. Anyways, that was Maximum Doom Part 7, or Maximum Doom 2 Part 7, Doom 1.
What were some of the highlights, Tarnsman? What were some of the highlights of this?
I don't know, the Nazi
Nazi
phone
BBS.
number, the Nazi BBS was definitely that was an all time. That was all time. That was
Holy
100%
shit.
all time. That rabbit hole kept getting deeper and deeper, and you know, I'm sorry, alleged Nazi BBS.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah,
alleged.
yeah, alleged.
Free speech.
Yeah. It's a free
Free-
speech BBS. Okay, that's
Free
what it is. That allegedly promoted very hateful views. So banish
man.
this CP.
Oh yeah. See if you can banish this.
Yeah. So
Oh my lord. Yeah. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
The more things change, the more they. Yep. Okay, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Bye.
No.
Bye.
Ha-